titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat! Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Yes, Dr. Huge back. Took a few days off. Nothing crazy, but we are back. Danny Damage isn't back, though. Where did he go?
Hey, 1, 2. Oh, you can, right, give me a sec.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Technical difficulties at the start. Has to be one of us every time.
It's because I just rebooted, and whenever I come into this, it always wants me to set my integrated camera and then set another camera and then go back to my integrated one.
It's probably all different and all stupid over there in the UK. The way you do it all ass backwards, like how you use the metric system and stuff.
Yeah.
You got there we go.
You got different electrical plugs too, right? You guys have that?
Plugs, bit sturdier.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sturdier, is it?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a feud about this. Our plugs are American; they're better over here.
Well, you just get the little 2 prongs on yours, and they go in, and they get wobbly too easily. Whereas we've got the 3 prongers, and
we got.
But your guys is like your guys are like big fuckers, like right? Or is it the little? Because we got little ones, little plugs that you.
They're not little; they're big. Sleaze, come on.
They're not that big.
I don't know.
Huge ones. It's always so random what we start talking about right at the start of the show. It's never plugging or anything. So now that I'm remembering that, how about this? Linktree, Dr. Huge Show all over the world. We do this Saturdays, 3 p.m. for everybody's listening, viewing pleasure all over the interwebs. And that's where you can find it. Holy shit. Right? And we got the Sleaze here.
Right here.
We got the Danny Damage down there. You know how it goes. Like, share, subscribe. Put this out to everybody. Make sure every grandma knows about it, especially because they always tell their grandma about it. And grandmas, a lot of them like wrestling. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
They do. So
they do.
The juices are flowing today. I mean, we got the Royal Rumble stuff that I'll probably start off here with because, it's old news now. But it's fresh to us because I didn't really watch it. I watched all the highlights. Didn't interest me at all. This was the first Royal Rumble I haven't watched in years. And I knew there wasn't going to be any surprises. They always suck you in. Oh, Jericho. Even last minute, Kevin Owens' name was put out there. And people are making Kevin Owens is possibly coming back videos. No, he's not. That's stupid. Right? With a neck injury that bad and just finally got back into the swing of things. But overall, Sleaze, what did you think about the Royal Rumble that just passed?
Well, the Rumble is my favorite PLE of the year. So you got to really fuck it up to not pull me in. So, I mean, a lot of the surprises, I think I've trained my brain enough to not believe anything that Triple H says when it comes to these things. Like, oh, new era and this is what we do and all that shit. But it was good. It was a decent show,
Mm-hmm.
But I knew Jericho wasn't coming out. I knew that Seth. They even said Seth Rollins, and he was on some show saying, "Yeah, I'm not even close to coming back." And I'm not lying this time, which I didn't believe. But.
So just to cut through the horse shit of these long ass shows, the women's winner is Liv Morgan. And what do you think? It's just about the whole, now that we've had 2 Rumbles or 2 War Games or 2 that now everything's doubled up, the Money in the Banks. These pay-per-views are really, really boring. There needs to only be one of these matches at a time. And maybe that's how they can do a 2-night deal because having them in the same show, it's just so boring. like the last Rumble I watched the year before, obviously. It felt like forever. I'm like, I was wishing for these things to end.
Yeah, and go ahead, Danny.
Very quickly, I was going to say, I've said for years, if they're going to do with the Royal Rumble, you can get around this. Have the Battle Royal open up with the women, and then have the Royal Rumble later. So then you're not stepping on the other one's toes. It's the similar sort of thing. You've got to throw people out, but it's slightly different. And I don't know why they don't just do like a Battle Royal for one sex and then the Royal Rumble for the main event, probably for the men's because they've got a better.
Yeah,
because they have to do everything that
story going on,
do.
more interest. But yeah, it's what it is.
So yeah,
and the women's match, it was just as good, I think, as the men's match, but it's two matches of the same stature. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where it throws me off when they do these, and like you said, the war games and shit. It's like I'd be good with one of them, you know. So they're gonna do the same thing with Elimination Chamber, and
probably eventually. That'd be crazy too. Well, do they do that? Yeah, they do have a women's Elimination Chamber. Yeah.
They got the women, the Elimination Chamber. They do dual. The war games, they do dual. Money in the Bank, they do the same thing. You know, they don't have Hell in a Cell, but I'm sure if they did Hell in a Cell, they would have, you know, fucking multiple women's and men's. And
fucking stinks.
Just come up with some new ideas for the women. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to be the same as the men. You know, that's my big thing is like, okay, so have the Royal Rumble for the guys, have the Elimination Chamber for the guys, come up with, you know, on the road to WrestleMania, have two different types of matches where it's not the same shit.
This 10 years ago, DannyDamage.co.uk, look for the Women's Rumbles Revolution. It was their first Royal Rumble match at the time, and I even said back then that this is just a tribute. It's a condescending pat on the head to be like, there you go, girls, you're the same as us now, rather than, like what Sleaze just said, come up with something new that they do and the blokes don't do. But they can't. It's just it's a fucking tribute. But people were going nuts at the time because it's like, oh my God, we're finally giving women the respect they deserve, and it's like,
and it stinks. That's what he was about to say, I think.
Well, it's a duplicate. It's a duplicate of everything the guys are doing. Just come up with something new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same thing as the comic books and stuff, right? Where it's like, well, now we'll give this black character, you can be Captain America now, you can be this now, you can be that now. It's like you're just getting all the old shit that was already done, you know? Right. Like, you can't use all, like, Blade. No. We gotta, you know, write awful scripts. By the way, that came out this week on Reddit or something, where it was leaked. The first script they wrote for Blade, it was fucking garbage.
It was bad.
It was like the same thing as like the Terminator movies. All these movies they were putting out, it was just they were substituting a young female girl for the main character that the whole movie's based around. It's like, what are you doing?
Because what happens is what happens is you're always going to compare. Every single time we get one of these PLEs or, you know, gender swapping and shit like that, you're going to say, well, this one's better, this one's not. And that's what's killing the men and the women in WWE. Is sometimes in the PLEs, yes, the women's matches are better. But then you're going to have the critics in the IWC saying, well, the guys wasn't as good as the girls, or the girls wasn't as good as the guys. Like, you can get rid of that by coming up with fresh ideas, which we say all the time.
So just to go back to the comic book thing, what you were saying, yeah, they forget about Blade, they forget about Spawn, they forget about the Green Lantern. There's a new Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern.
Oh,
it's a black chick, a sassy black chick. Come back in. No, it's still gone. Sassy black. I'm just going to keep saying sassy black chick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they already had a black Green Lantern. They had multiple Green Lanterns, but now.
Again,
it's condescending. It's condescending. It's like people couldn't enjoy it and relate to it unless it happens to be the same sex and skin color and everything. It's like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, and they talk about representation. I'm talking over you, Danny, but to the crowd, it's like I'm talking normally. So he's like, fuck this.
But it's like, you know, like Disney swapping out, like, you know, a Puerto Rican for a white character, and, you're gonna get the comparisons. Like
It
Snow
makes
White
me
just
think of
tanked because they did that. You know?
it makes me think about all this representation stuff, and I've taken a YouTube quiz because I've gotten warnings and this and that and slaps on the hand and the head from YouTube, and they're like, now you have to do a 20-minute quiz, Dr. Huge, if you want this and that off your channel so maybe somebody can see it, right? And then I take this quiz and it's all about, people what was their wording? It was some the victim class, really.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second, I'm in the victim class. How come I'm being abused like with all this business? But I digress. You see what's this? Sleeve?
He was
What,
asking.
bottom of your
He was
hoodie
asking
say?
about my sweatshirt. It says just the tip. I promise. Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm. Get it, folks.
Get it? He's got a knife and he's gonna.
Oh, this was leading me into that Squid Game show, right? Which is, I know, I get it. It's super old now, but I banged that whole 3 seasons out in the past month or so. And first of all, Netflix has always been creepy to me, but
Yeah.
they definitely were creepy with this show. And it also was about representation, like very much so. So the second season is really when that stuff started to come out, where you had I believe a trans actor. The image that sticks in my mind is in season 2 where there's a game of hide and seek where they have to stab each other or whatever, and they got all these like little kid looking rooms, and one of them has a big rainbow on it, and then you got the trans person with the knife that had just had killed people or whatever, but is made to be the sympathetic figure in the show and all that. I understand there's a very deep, and you may be like, what the fuck is he talking about? This is the movie or show Squid Game, right? So this is also leading me somewhere. So let me cook for a second. So
Cook.
Squid Game reality show happens after I watch this show. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. I like competitive reality stuff. And of course, it's Squid Game. It's basically the same thing. But the first season of this, right? And I watched the whole thing because I'm not bothered by gay people at all. I'm not bothered by anybody. Do whatever you want as long as you're not violating somebody else or their rights and all that stuff.
Or my body. Don't violate my body.
Exactly.
I'm just not into it.
So this show, there's 456 contestants in it to start. Literally, I'm not kidding. 60%, maybe 70% of everybody on that show seemed to be of the gay persuasion, sleaze. And it was I think everybody in like the final 5 or 10, they were like, everybody in the show was. And I was just like, kind of like thrown off by it because, again, I don't have anything against anybody else, but it's just, in my world, it's a smaller part of the population for them. And then I learned, there were deaf people and there were this and that, and they were talking about representation all the time. And, I understand how Netflix rolls too, and how they do these things. And then I'm just like, this is like creepy to me, like where they're going with all this. And it feels like a lot of the media and the world as a whole is just, they're like trying their best to steer it in a certain direction, if you know what I mean. And this ain't political. I don't like anybody. I always say that. So I don't like the left. I don't like the right. Whatever the parties you got over there, Danny, left and right.
Labour,
I don't like either.
Yeah, Labour and
I
Conservatives.
don't like either one.
Nobody
They
does
all
now.
suck. And I think we've figured out that all these people are in, we'll just say they're in the files. We all know what we're talking about. We don't even have to say the name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My thing in my own personal life is there's 2 things I don't want pushed on me, is politics and religion. You know what I mean? And for years and years, it's always been politics and religion. But it's every person that has a viewpoint, it's got to be pushed on you. Stop doing that. All right? I'm the same way. Me and the doctor, I'm not sure about Danny. We have gay friends. I'm all for gay rights. I'm all for that stuff. Just don't push your shit on me. You know what I mean? That's my big thing. And especially if you're a conglomerate or a big, entertainment business, and stop doing it. The fucking Grammys, right, was so disgusting this year, right? And every single year, the viewership keeps going down because they're allowing these fucking dumbasses to come on and say they're friggin' political shit, and look how it's affecting Billie Eilish right now. So stop pushing your fucking agendas on everybody. We're all about gay people. We're all about fucking people of, minority or color or race or creed, but you don't have to push it on people. Like the Islamic people that are invading everybody's countries and cities and towns and trying to put their, ideologies on people. Stop it.
Sorry, just to go back to the comic books, but it's all over comics as well. I've just been sorting loads of comics at the shop this last fucking couple of weeks. I've just handled so many comics and just seen all this fucking shite. But you got Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, who's just like, that's it now. They're a lesbian couple. According to like all the covers that I've seen, they're a fucking lesbian couple. And it's like, no, Harley Quinn was messed up by the Joker and she became infatuated with him to help him escape and to be his little puppet. It's just the only people that come in and buy the comics with Ivy and Harley Quinn are mucky old men. That's who comes and buys, or like the younger sort of lads that are like, "Whoa, look at this, lesbians, yeah," and that lot. But nobody fucking takes it seriously. Only people that just like need those self-inserts. They need to see themselves identically before they can relate to a character and enjoy a story, which the point I was making earlier with the sassy black Green Lantern girl, if you really need a girl that's black to be that, to be able to understand the Green Lantern, that's a you problem. I read loads of Japanese stuff, but all the fucking characters are Japanese. They look Japanese, they sound Japanese. I can still relate to them. I still enjoy the stories. I still love the characters. I don't have to be Japanese to fucking understand it. It's a reader problem. And so you've not just got Poison Ivy and that. There's like loads of gay Superman stuff now, and it's just like front covers as well. And it's like, hi kids, we're just going to normalize this really tactfully. And it's like, that's not tactful. Star Wars do it. Some of the Star Wars logos on the Star Wars comics have got like the fucking inclusion trans flag colours in the background. And it's just like, just fucking sell Star Wars. You've bought a license to print money and you're failing to do it. We've got all the card games and all the things at the shop. People don't want them. Disney is struggling to fucking sell not just the Star Wars films and TV shows, but all the other little bits of merch. People just used to buy anything with Star Wars on it once upon a time, and now they're just like, nah, fuck it, I'll have Pokemon or Magic. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! People would rather buy fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards than Star Wars cards.
Or manga. Manga's crushing DC and Marvel right now, which is like, that's blasphemous to me, like, or any casual that like is semi into collecting or just comics or whatever in general. Like Marvel is like, to me, Marvel's huge, right? In my mind, the way it works is Marvel is like, because it's Spider-Man and Iron Man, Hulk, they got like, to me, that's like the NBC to the ABC of, TV stations, and ABC's like DC Comics, where it's not necessarily second rate. It may have even been around longer and all these things, but it doesn't have that big time like market appeal, I think, that Marvel does. But manga's come in and just slapped them both up and going, nope, we're just doing this.
And they've been there all the time. And Marvel and DC have just sort of like realized that manga has been there all the fucking time. One of the DC heads was talking a couple of weeks ago, just saying like, oh, there's it's not just superhero manga stuff. There's manga about cooking and football and all these different things. And it's like, because it's a format, it's not a genre. You guys with your superheroes over in Marvel and DC, you do like 30 issues of something, then you get fucking bored and you can't come up with any deep ideas and go, oh, let's just reboot it. This time Peter Parker like ate the spider. The spider didn't bite him, he ate the spider. And then we'll just start the whole fucking thing again. But if you look at a lot of the artwork that DC and Marvel are putting out, they're shifting. And these companies are going to start buying the rights in the West to put manga stuff out there. You've got artists like Peach Momoko, who's a very good artist. But you look at her work on the front of Marvel stuff and it's like, you're trying to lure the manga fans in. That's what you're doing. And a lot of the new Superman stuff, the Absolute Superman, He looks like fucking Goku turning Super Saiyan in some of the out, and it's just blatantly obvious. It's like they know that cars fucking run out, and they need to get into a new vehicle now, and manga's what they're going to jump into, and just fucking abuse that like they have done with comic books and video games for the last 20, 30 years nearly now. And it'll be sad to see. It will be sad to see. If you think live action things like the One Piece live action and the Bleach live action are terrible, just wait until fucking Disney start getting like proper rights to just pump out whatever the fuck they want.
Ugh. And that's what I'm saying. Everything just feels ruined, sleaze. Go ahead.
There's just no creativity. You know, they're taking easy way outs of everything. And they're like, you know how we can make an old product better? We can just turn somebody lesbian. We can turn somebody black. We can turn somebody Spanish. And it's like, gee, how hard is it to come up with a fucking good idea nowadays?
They don't,
especially with a lot of these companies have fucking committees now that fucking deal with this. It's not like one or two people or, you know, 3 or 4 writers. It's like committees, like groups of people that are just saying, let's just recycle horse shit. Or just...
Well, listen, again, my rant about like Netflix and stuff, it's come out recently that they basically work with the government and like the military and stuff, and they run everything through the filter. So everything that you're getting on there is like it's propaganda of all different kinds. And like I said, I see it clear as day. I mean, I've been hip to this stuff for a long time, but you wouldn't believe how many people out here don't understand like neurolinguistic and like these type of, you know, things that are going on, and you're allowing it by you know, if you don't like something, turn it off. If you like it, keep it on, I guess. But as long as you know, like that's how I can always tell Danny, I'm like, I don't care. I love stupid reality shows like The Traders, but I understand what they're doing as far as their editing and their messages. Like, remember Don't Be a Menace? The mailman would always show up and go, message. It's always a message, especially in the old you know, movies that about black people, and that's like the corny way of trying to like point it out, you know. But that's what they're doing all the time with all this stuff. It's a lot of it's back in the background. It's what they're saying. It's like it's a whole thing, and I see it, and then I look like a crazy person to other people, and I'm like, did you notice like they're trying to steer your thoughts in this direction? It's like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's
stop asking questions. Just consume product and wait for next product.
Right.
That's all we need to do. It's
it's
Homer in hell with that fucking donut machine, just forever just feeding him. Just sit there and eat it all.
Yeah, I love that episode of The Simpsons when he goes to hell and they think they're torturing him and he's like pounding the donuts. But yeah, I mean, the WWE's doing the same type of thing where it's like Goldust yelled at me online one time too. It was just like it. Shut up and like it. And then Triple H recently has been out here in the media. He said the same thing, essentially, like, you don't need to criticize this and blah, blah, just like it. You're just supposed to watch it. We?
My sentiment is different. You know, and I've had fights over the years with people online and shit that come on and shit on products, not just wrestling. If you don't like it, turn it off. You know what I mean? Just turn it off. Find something else. I'll never understand. I'll never get it into my skull. Where people religiously will sit there, watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and every single time they're like, well, this sucks. Triple H sucks. And blah, blah. Turn it the fuck off. Get a new hobby. You know, you're not going to change anything. Just because like you want what you want, they're not going to give you what you want. Turn it the fuck off. I disagree with Triple H saying, well, just like it. It's like taking your face and, you know, shoving it into shit and just being like, you're going to like it. Like, I don't get that shit. But if you don't like it, turn it off. Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. If anybody knows me, anybody fucking over the years have, you know, I love Star Wars.
You read the books.
Right. I got books up the ass. I fucking everything. But recently it hasn't been good. So guess what? I haven't watched it. That's simple. I've gone into something and I've said, okay, I'm not into this. And it's Star Wars. I'm not going to sit there and watch the whole thing and beat my head against the wall and then go online and say, oh my God, fucking they need George Lucas back. And like, fuck off.
Yep. And Walking Dead, that's my Star Wars. I don't care if everybody hates it. Everybody says it stinks and all this stuff. It was super hot one of the hottest shows ever on TV for like 6 years in a row.
Right.
So all those people like Danny Damage that say, you know what? Walking Dead is the shit, Dr. Huge. I'm going to say this. Hold on. Let me see if I know where these things are.
Oh, boy.
I will eat your ass first.
I found my
Like,
Alex Jones.
Walking Dead is a perfect example. When it first came out, I loved it. It started teetering off into something else, and I wasn't into it, so I stopped watching it. That's it. I'm not going to continue to watch it and torture myself like you sick bastards out there. Obviously, sadists that fucking like to torture yourself.
But some people will just watch stuff like that because other people watch it, or they're told that other people watch it. And what Doc just said then about seeing like behind the scenes, even like while watching a live show, Walking Dead's one of those as well, I'm afraid, mate, because, you know, they were pushing a lot of zombie stuff and a lot of like, oh, by the way, everybody, we all might have to sort of like live like this one day. It might not be zombies, but expect to pick up a bat and start swinging it at your fucking neighbour and stuff. And there was a lot of stuff like that. There was all the Walking Dead. What was it? The Purge. That was another one where it's like, there's going to be no law for 24 hours. And people were like, oh, just imagine that. I could go and be violent and I could do this and do that. There was a lot of fucking stuff being put out at the same time with that sort of premise where it was like, oh, you might have to get into survival horror mode. So you best like stockpile weapons and just start imagining things that you're going to do to your neighbours and stuff. And it fucked people up. Not everybody, but enough people.
That's what I was going to do to my neighbors.
But there's enough people who are like terminally online. I can't comprehend what the internet is, and they shouldn't be on it for 10 minutes a fucking day, let alone all the time. And they just let things overwrite in the brain, and they will go out and do stuff like that. We've talked about like with presidents and people going pew, pew, and if you suggest to crazy people to do something enough, eventually, if you do it to enough of them, one of them's going to fucking do it.
Like the rap music, Danny. Same thing. All this entertainment. It does. And you know what? I'm way into post-apocalyptic stuff. That's why I like the zombie idea so much, because I can get my cake and eat it too, as far as not feeling bad. Because when you get those post-apocalyptic movies like The Road, say, I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's just called The Road. And it's the most fucking depressing thing you'll ever watch, because if that's probably more like if you're going to sensationalize a post-apocalyptic world, it's like awful. You know, in the zombie apocalypse, there's, you know, the things you're killing most of the time, you don't necessarily have to kill your neighbors. You could band together and create your own group, which is what I would do immediately, right? If there's dead people walking around, I'm like, listen, we can't be fighting each other. We got to fight these things. And I'd be like, you know, Rick Grimes, of course, and save the world. But, you know, it's more science fiction, right? Because there's dead people walking around. You kill them, they're already dead. It's not a big deal. And the excitement of rebuilding a world and starting from scratch and all that stuff. That's why I like post-apocalyptic stuff. But you are hitting the nail on the head, because for many people, it is just predictive programming where they want this to go a certain place. They even consider the population to be the zombies, and they're the big time survivors that last through the seasons, and they play those roles out, whatever. It's gross. But since we don't have anything in this world other than this entertainment stuff to take your mind off to these things, maybe that's a part of it, Danny and Sleaze. I think the veil is like slipping. That's why sports, maybe it's done on purpose, where they're slowly getting us out of the dream world and pulling us into reality with, you know, all the Epstein stuff and everything else. Because you like you said, it's like Alex Jones has been talking about this for a while too, right, Alex?
I'll eat my neighbors.
Yep. Remember that I'll eat your ass episode?
I'll eat your ass. I will eat your ass. Think about having to eat my neighbors. I'll do it. My children aren't going hungry. I will eat your ass first.
That's right. That's my favorite one. I will eat your ass first.
Mm-hmm. He's not going to eat you for sustenance. He really just wants to eat your ass.
Oh, yeah.
For enjoyment, it seems like.
Yep. I wonder if with syrup or jelly, like the Chris Rock.
Raw. Just raw.
Just raw. Wow.
Just raw. Straight
I'd put it in an air fryer. Breadcrumbs.
Yep. So have you
an
noticed
ass loaf?
remember the past year here we've been doing the show and we've been talking about how John Cena possibly maybe in a boxing ring somewhere would partake in baby meat. Remember that? And we would goof about it. Well, breaking news, folks. There are wealthy and powerful people who are taking part in the consumption of baby meat.
Wow, it's almost like we've been saying this for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised.
Everybody laughed, saying, "Oh, you guys are so cute in your little jokes."
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha!
Yep. Every time Jess laughed at it, I'm like, does she know?
Right.
She's laughing a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Jeffrey Epstein.
What? Not like Jeffrey Epstein. Who said that? Who's that comedian, Danny?
Russell fucking Brand.
No, this isn't Russell Brand. This is the guy that was in The Office.
Oh, Ricky Gervais. Sorry, it sounded like Russell Brand
yeah.
in my ear then. Yeah,
Yep.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Yeah.
Hmm.
And no, not the Good Office, because neither of them are good, to be honest.
You know, I wasn't a big Office watcher either. They did have their moments in their gifts, I guess, but yeah.
I'm not with you guys. I love The Office, the American version.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Gervais is great on like panel shows and his stand-up stuff, but whenever he wrote anything for television, actually like wrote it specifically for a demographic, I've never really enjoyed much of his stuff. Apart from the later one, The Afterlife was good. But his early shows like The Office and yeah.
So some of your heroes, Danny, I just call it because, you know, we're doing a show. Your hero, Elon Musk, is in there many, many times. Look at him trying to stop Ray Allen's shot. I wish you blocked that shot. That's when he went to Miami and won a championship for LeBron James so he can be like, I'm the best. When it was really Ray Allen that knocked it down. And Kawhi Leonard missing free throws, or they would have had another championship because Tim Duncan and Kawhi Leonard are better basketball players. But I digress with that. Elon Musk, very all in the files. Even one of his own daughters or sons or whatever is put him on blast and said he was at the island with his dad, her dad. Her dad.
I mean, he has got like 20 kids to like 20 different women, I think. So
yeah,
statistically, one of them's going to be a dick about him, aren't they? So
you know, you're not believing this, huh?
It's hard to believe. It's a cop-out. All those pages and all those names, I got Grok to fucking write me a comprehensive list of all the names mentioned. And it's just like, this is so much noise. There's going to be like 2 names that are like, excuse me, like properly done some dirty, awful fucking stuff. But when you've just got so much to read through and so many other red herring names, it's just, where do you fucking start?
I see what you know who I feel about like this with Danny. You know who I think, right? Is my little Elon Musk. Your Elon Musk is my Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Right. No, it's no.
See, there's, you know, I've been reading a lot of these, and of course, the general population is stupid. So they're seeing every name that's coming out, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's doing all the Satan stuff and kids and all that." But if you're really reading through it, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein was in touch with a lot of people. You know what I mean? He was a financial advisor or whatever the fuck he was doing. But then there's the people like the Clintons. Okay, where there is some damning shit that's in there about them. Who the fuck was it? It was I think it was Russell Wilson. They said something about him buying like a plane or some shit. So of course everyone's like, Russell Wilson was in on the shit and all this stuff. And he came out and said, no, I had a guy that was looking for a plane for me, and it just happened to be that he looked at one of Jeffrey's fucking planes, and that was the end of it. So it's not everybody that's getting mentioned had to do with some shit.
Right. Or even
like Annie said, there's a small amount of people that are going to be the ones that are doing shit.
But it's like an ink block test. People will look at all those names and they will now take whatever they want from it. There's people on the left, people on the right, people in Hollywood, people in music. And if you don't like somebody on that, you'll just see the name mentioned once, but oh, well, there you go, irrefutable evidence that that person was this. They were involved. And that works both ways. But now they're talking about helicopters that were taking people, well, children, or the young girls, back and forth, which obviously don't have a flight log. So now, even if a celebrity or someone you don't like isn't on one of the flight logs, people are now saying, well, they could have just gone in a helicopter and gone there. So now we'll never know. So it could be any, and it's just people are just going to make shit up as they go along now. And it's muddied the water so much. There's just too much noise. And it's hard. I'm not saying anybody's innocent or anybody's guilty. It's really fucking hard now to sort of like start to pick it all apart.
Well, that too. A lot of people are like, well, they need to be brought to justice and all this shit. You know how hard it's going to be to do that with just some simple emails and the guy is dead, you know, and unless like Gazelle there or whatever the fuck, if she starts spilling her guts, but it's going to be really hard to sit there and get a Bill Gates or Jay-Z or any of these people and have them actually prosecuted for shit like this, unless they have proof. I mean, we still have, you know, shit we got to do to actually prove people guilty of things.
And
that's
still,
like, people are just like, oh, just bring out the nooses and start hanging people.
There's still 3 million more emails that I don't know if they're going to release them, but they need to. They released, supposedly, this was the first 3 mil, and now they got another 3. You know, they're not going to release the full stuff. And it's funny because I think they're supposed to, like, by law, but of course they're all above the law, you know. Again, like you said, and they run the military. like what are you gonna do, right? Somebody up in those high levels have to be the ones to Metal Gear Solid this for the rest of us normal people. There's nothing we can do, but it's crazy to me that finally it's like we're starting to everybody else. I already know this shit.
Yeah,
like, I feel I got a really good grasp on this over the years, and of course I've been wrong about things in the past. I'm not right about everything now, but you know, I have been paying attention for over 20 years, and seeing the wizard behind the curtain here in The Wizard of Oz is it's not as amazing as you'd think. Right. Sometimes when you open that curtain, you just see a bunch of rich guys with children, and it's just like you go, oh, and you just start looking around. You go, I get it. I get how everything operates now. It's basically through blackmail, and just like how a gambling ring is run in the NBA, Tim Donaghy's been out here spilling his guts for years. The ref that got caught for cheating in basketball and everything. But he even says himself, and I believe him, that he's like, I wasn't actually going out of my way to cheat the game. He's like, I was doing what the NBA asked of me, and that was my job. And that's how everybody thinks these days. Well, I'm just following orders, you know? So even when it comes from, you know, these creeps and everything, you may be flying too close to the sun, so you can't say shit. Like Dan Bongino, who got in there, is like, I've seen the files. Yep, he's dead and blah, blah, blah. And then find out he's probably playing Fortnite, you know, in a country they won't allow me to talk about. So, like, what after he was, quote unquote, pew-pewed or whatever and hung in his prison cell. Crazy stuff.
It's amazing, too. The more things come out, the more like Kelsey Grammer, even Putin came out and said, yeah, we know this is going on. Like, we've known for fucking decades. We know that these things fucking happen. We're just waiting for it to stop. Like, for you to actually have something to stop these fuckers.
So I'm all for I love knowing stuff. Like, that's my thing. Like, I get a kick out of like learning something new or having like pieces fit and like that feeling you get like, oh, and that's happened a lot in the course of my life. I mean, but you would think people out here, they still don't believe this stuff, Sleaze. It's in their own words, in their own emails that were forced out by the great Thomas Massey that everybody hates right now because of mainly Trump, right? He's just awful. He's always voting against them. He votes like 90-something% of the time for his party and his group. But, oh, how dare he try to look for, the files and all this other stuff that that's what we were sold on when he got into office in the first place. Like, this doesn't compute to me. It's like, you're obviously all lying, guys. So stop fucking around.
It just goes to show that over the years, how they just, bury stories. Like Anne Heche, right? It's coming out that she was in the middle of doing a child trafficking documentary. Okay. And it's right in front of your fucking face. That video after her crash where they're taking her in and all of a sudden she comes out of the body bag, but then ends up dead. And they didn't really explain it. But the thing is that at the time they had so many other garbage stories that were piling on top of it. Nobody really questioned it, but this has always been right in front of your fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I believe the Chester Bennington stuff, the guy from Lincoln Park,
and Chris Cornell.
And Chris Cornell, both of them were supposedly involved with some sort of trafficking or abuse documentary or thing, like some kind of project. And they both died the same way, like 1 year after the other.
Well, it was like 2 months. They died within like a couple of months.
Close together. Like, come on, like really?
Yeah, and it's right in front of your fucking face. And everybody goes, no, that's crazy. That's a conspiracy theory and da-da-da. Well, a lot of the conspiracy theories that especially we've been talking about for years, they're true.
Or how about Ellen's DJ?
Yeah.
Or
how about the
Obama?
Yeah. With Ellen DJ. What was it? The upholstery fucking website. Is that what you mean? I did see that. Not upholstery, furniture website.
No, her DJ.
You could buy like a chest of drawers. You could buy like a chest of drawers for like $8,000 with like
that was like a whole
young girl
thing, right?
Yeah, that was the company. Yeah, like a young girl's name and that lot, and it's like, oh yeah, you can just randomly spend way too much for a chest of drawers with a girl's name.
Mm-hmm.
No, my thing is Ellen is
a pig.
She's involved in a lot of weird stuff, and I believe she's even related to the Rockefellers, possibly.
Ugh.
And her DJ on her show, did one of these to himself, and everybody's like, "That's weird. He just had a kid. He's always very happy," and everybody was real upset about it. But I think a lot of people get too close, even maybe with Puff Daddy, even with a lot of people. When you start talking about multi-millions, people start all of a sudden losing their lives and getting too close to things that they shouldn't be getting close to, right?
They even have an audio track of one of Michael Jackson's last phone calls, and he was sitting there saying like, yeah, there are people that do these things. I can't say much, blah, 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 this, that, and the other things. So now there's a whole thought process that he knew a lot, and he was being scapegoated into being one of these people.
I think. Yeah. The main reason I think that, especially about Michael Jackson, I understand it doesn't look good in all this. I think he really saw himself as a kid.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be kid-like. But the main three things that stick out to me are the three people that always said, no. In the way they even stuck up for him. Corey Feldman, Macaulay Culkin, which, okay, you can say those two are weird, but how about this one with Nick Carter, his brother there? What was it? Aaron Carter. Who was about to drop some crazy shit before he passed away too recently, knowing everything he knows about the business. And then his story about saying his mother and I forget, maybe a manager or some other guy, they sent him to go hang out with Michael Jackson. Then when he came back, they were like, tell us what he did to you and blah, 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 and trying to like gaslight him into what did he do, because they wanted to. And he's like, oh, you guys want to sue him and like try to get some of that Michael Jackson money. And he had a whole story about that too. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not like saying, oh man, Corey Feldman and Aaron Carter and Macaulay Culkin are some real, who knows if they're
stable, trustworthy individuals.
But that's 3 people that are a little, are even shown to us as people that aren't stable. Why would they all be lying in the same way? It's just weird.
Yeah.
Because they break young, fragile minds, and they think that what they're doing, they'll say to them, I'm helping them, I'm protecting them. Because if I do the thing that other people would do, I'm doing it in my own way, so I'm helping them. And you tell a kid or someone that's vulnerable, and it's like, what I'm doing is actually helping you enough times, those impressionable little minds will believe adults. And if they have like a lifetime of like just yearning to sort of like impress adults, they'll go along with stuff. It sounds awful, but it's just, I've worked in fucking mental health and with people that have been subject to this shit, and it's the sort of stuff they do.
But
I'll tell you, that one whistleblower that was, sparked a lot of this stuff with Jeffrey Epstein that ended up getting into a car accident and then offing herself. Like, that's a prime example too, because if you watch, don't do it to promote this guy, but there's a documentary that's been out for a while on Jeffrey Epstein on Netflix. And that's what they did with her, is they were like, yeah, we're going to pay for your college and we're going to do this and we're helping. But, on the side, you're going to have to give massages and all this fucking weird shit. So they were poisoning her fucking brain where she thought it was normal, until she realized this was fucking abuse.
But it's weird that nobody else in Hollywood or anything, nobody's ever really, it's just, I don't buy it because of the timing of when they went after him and what he was saying about, certain people we can't say things about. And sure, could he have been involved? And then they were just like, we'll throw him under the bus because but why would he know he's basically blackmailed or whatever? He's got pictures with the guy. It's not, he's not swimming with him like some of our presidents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's not actually it looked like they literally just met for a second, which again, like you said earlier, he's met with everybody. So everybody can't be involved, especially when it's just a picture or an email. But then you got to factor in the actual emails and what they're saying to each other and what we deem as code and not. Because most of this stuff is code, and seems pretty obvious what they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Again, the smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's a ton of smoke around this thing, and I don't see it going away. I think that's why, I don't know if they've been playing this story for you over there, Danny, but over here in America, 24 hours a day, it's that Guthrie girl. I don't even know her real name, but she's a CNN host, she's talked to Trump before, one of his presidencies, and they had it out on national TV and things. Her mother got kidnapped.
Yeah.
She lives 70 miles from the border, I think, in Arizona. And now Trump's on the case, and this is all they're talking about. So all the news and stuff we've been just discussing here, the actual real important stuff, babies being eaten, right? What? Shut up, New Jack. We're not talking to you right now. But this is what they're sticking with. So which tells me, makes me think, is this a psychological operation that they're trying to pull on us right now to heavily distract from this craziness?
Over here, we are paying a lot of attention to the island and flights and that, because we've got our own sort of investigation going on with the.
Oh, it's closer to you, right?
Well, you guys had a member of parliament that was mentioned, right? That just
Peter Mandelson.
Yeah.
The Prince of Darkness, as his nickname has been
Ozzy
for a long
Osbourne.
time. No, a different Prince of Darkness. But everyone's
the real Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, not just the gimmicky one. And people are like, "What? We didn't think there was anything wrong with him. We just thought it was a bit of a jovial, laughy nickname." And it's like, they call him the Prince of fucking Darkness, you morons. What do you think he was into? He's a politician, not a rock star. If he was a rock star or something, then yeah, you can get away with being called the Prince of Darkness for a laugh. But when you're a politician, no, come on, that's going to ring a couple of alarm bells, isn't it, really? But yeah, we've got the the rape gang scandal sort of going on over here. The hearings are what started on the 2nd, and it's big fucking news, and a lot of MPs and people have just looked the other way for decades now. But instead of paying attention to that, we're just going, oh yeah, look at the American thing. Who's on that flight log? Look, the orange man. The orange man's on that list. And some of our opposition, they're friends with the orange man. And it's like, yeah, we don't care about that at the minute. Let's talk about all this fucking rape gangs and that lot. And
Rape.
Well, see, they do
Gonna
the
make me
opposite.
lose my channel.
Sorry.
They do the opposite here, Danny, because they'll bring up some stuff and they'll be like, well, England can't, handle all the Islamic people coming in, and look at the people in Ireland.
You're gonna make me. They're called people of color, sleaze. You're gonna make me lose my channel too.
Whatever.
You keep saying that guy's
people of
last
color.
name. Yeah, play by the stupid rules.
It's all deflecting. It's all, they got the real story, but here's 3 other stories that are gonna make you not pay attention.
Yep. This one's just absurd. I mean, it's been every day. Nobody's ever cared this much about a person since what, the blonde girl that went on a trip with her boyfriend, and remember she like disappeared, and then he fell off a cliff or something, and they're like, yeah, we found his bones. Oh, right. Yeah, there's nothing weird there either. There's nothing weird with it. We all get that's all weird, right? But still, it's like, what about this? That's why, like, the TV is completely useless for information these days. And the internet isn't much better. So, although I do agree to an extent with Heel Easy here. That's already, you don't think that's been infiltrated a long time ago? Of course. So, even the internet stuff, even shows that they try to look like authentic like us, like real people and things, they try to make it look like this on purpose, even though they have all the money in the world where they could be in fancy studios with the greatest audio and video and all the rest. But telling you, I certainly ain't working for anybody. Again, nobody's giving me any money or anything. So I'm not a fan of either side. I'm not grifting for anybody except myself. Like, follow, subscribe, all that business. Hit the like button. Come on, guys. Cut it out. We're killing.
I mean, if somebody sent me some nice coffee, I'm sure I could say some nice things about that on camera. But yeah, I'm not looking at chasing any particular thing. It'd have to be something you enjoy. I think you just feel too. I think I'd feel a bit dirty just being like, this is a great product, and I've never used it. But if it was like coffee or something, then yeah, send some beans.
Wait until I invite you to my beach house, Danny. He's gonna be saying the Dr. Huge is the greatest. He'll be pitching me at, like, in Hollywood and everything.
I only went for the scuba diving. That's all I went for.
Right. We'll come up with a story. Don't worry. It won't be for, of course, no files business is going to be going down. I got to think extra hard today.
Sounds like that would almost ruin wrestling.
What, John Cena, you're back? Oh my God, these samples are all over the place.
All right, see, I shouldn't even be live right now.
No, me neither.
Fuck his family. Fuck all these people.
Exactly. We don't like any of those people that are into any of that business. I want to know more. I would like to, but the thing is, what's scary about it is if they're exposed like really any further and we get solid evidence on, say, a dozen people, right? Like really powerful people. They're going to try to, it's like playing a game and they're going to flip the board at the end.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. And when they flip the board, it's going to fuck everything up for a while. But I don't know if there's a way that they can course correct from this. I think the ship is now sailing and it ain't coming back for them. It's only going to keep going deeper and deeper. And even if they can kind of quell it with the normies, this thing is going to fester fucking hard online. So maybe their trick could be AI or something, like Danny said, like flood the information system so it's like nobody can tell anything from anything. Or
and it's getting to that point with AI. It's now you're questioning what the fuck is real or not. I mean, there's simple things going on right now where they'll show a video of a fucking cat, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that's fucking AI. Mm-hmm. Like the most simple things now. You're questioning.
But if somebody put out a video of the Orange Man sort of like telling someone underage, like, go on then, start sucking or something like that,
Oh God, yeah.
it could be blatantly AI, but
Right.
enough people would just want to believe it, so they would, and then they just tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and so on, and it's just like it's just so much shit now. It's just impossible to fucking wade through it all.
I was hearing about somebody talking about how the search engines and like Google, like what they eventually want to get to is like, you know how you search something and it gives you pages of stuff to look for. Those pages are getting shorter and shorter, and then eventually it will just spit out one answer through AI, whatever they're using, and that will be truth. Right.
And sponsored. That's the problem
Yeah.
with Google, and a sponsored result. So
Right.
So we're going into a very, very weird world, but I think it's almost simultaneously, I think people are starting to, again, slowly rebel, like with this, the Super Bowl stuff going on tomorrow. And of course, I love football, but I've seen how it's changed through the years, and they're like, oh, player safety. And then they just keep adding games, and they're even talking about adding another game and getting rid of the preseason like altogether or something. And it's just like, no. That's not how this works, guys. So they're really milking this shit. NBA is long gone. If you still watch the NBA, that's just like, it's one big political league with it's, again, I don't have anything against gay people. A lot of gay dudes in the NBA right now. And, or at least they're acting very, very sus. Yeah, if I could show you some of these videos, there's this meme going out there with LaMelo Ball or Lamar, one of the L balls out here of him like playing with another guy, and they're just acting so flamboyant with it before the game, like shooting around and tapping each other and and then people are like layering the HIV med commercials over it and stuff like that over it. It's just some good stuff. But yeah, it's the sports thing, the way that they're like, it feels like they're doing it on purpose. Like with keeping Bill Belichick out of the Hall of Fame, first of all, it's just insanity.
Oh
Mike,
God, yeah.
Then they're going to keep the owner out again, who's like 80 million years old. And he's just been begging for the past 15 years to get in the Hall of Fame because he could have gotten in there a long, long time ago. Not giving Drake May the MVP when, if you look at it as somebody actually watches the sport, understands the numbers, this and that, they still went with another guy. It's like they were really shitting on New England this whole time. They're playing in the game tomorrow. And then in the middle of this game, we have this
guy.
A Spanish rapper that wears dresses multiple times. This isn't just like a one-time thing like Martin Lawrence or whatever doing his movies. This is over. Like he's going to gala events in tight dresses. He's like very into this, like whatever this is, lifestyle, I guess we call it. But
but you also know who runs the halftime show, right?
Another man we know very well. I know all the Jay-Z lines.
Right.
Well, before 2003.
Right.
And he runs the Super Bowl halftime and has for the past like 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, now we're getting this and possibly stripper rappers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go America.
Love my stripper rappers. So for this, you don't do this unless you're like trying to troll.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the excuse is, well, they're making the game international, blah, 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 blah. But mainly your core audience and fans are Americans that are like blue collar types that watch this.
Yeah.
And so you're willing to get rid of them to then adopt the world market. And I don't know, maybe it is worth it, but this just goes hand in hand with them ruining everything, my wrestling and my this and my that. And like we can see how WWE is trying to go worldwide, and I'm not saying they're But they've had Bad Bunny there. At least he wasn't in dresses and stuff. I kind of expect it to be somewhat of a drag show, the way everybody's been talking about it. I'm not a big Bad Bunny fan or new music fan at all. So is it going to be gangsta? Is it going to be,
it's going to be
Drag
the
Race?
picture you just showed. That's what it's going to be. I don't want to watch it for the fact of what it is, but I do want to watch it because I want to see a train wreck. I want him to come out and get booed and prove to everybody it was a bad fucking idea. I want him to come out in a dress, and I want this to be a big thing after, where people are like, you know what? Our woke agenda and all the bullshit isn't working anymore because people are pushing back.
The worldwide thing, I don't know anybody over here that watches the NFL that doesn't watch it for like big burly blokes batting the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
They don't watch it for Bad Bunny in a dress or effeminate men mincing around to be like, oh look, we can be tough too. And it's just that's not what people watch the NFL for. So like you've just said, they're just going to reduce the fan base at home and overseas because people overseas are going to be like, well, this isn't what I want. We've got this this camp stuff over here in Europe. We've got loads of camp stuff. Have you met the French? Bloody hell. So you know what I mean? We don't need America for that. That's not what people go to America for. We look at America for guns and muscles and yeah, look, all our vehicles are like twice the fucking width of the lane of the road, but who gives a fuck? I look cool and tough with it. Yeah. And that's what people want it for. They don't want Bad Bunny. But people will still watch and go, oh yeah, Bad Bunny, he's on the television. I like him.
You want to have like, you know, the soccer over here, for instance. All right. Big soccer. I don't know shit about soccer or football, Danny. But if you want to have Bad Bunny during that halftime show, have at it. That's that audience. NFL is not that audience. Yeah.
No.
It's...
But football didn't used to be like that. It used to be like, right, so the first, let me think, which was it? It was the Deadpool film, I think, with the Deadpool and Wolverine film with Vinnie Jones. Do you know Vinnie Jones, who played Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Big fucking hard Cockney guy, talks like this, yeah? That's what footballers were once upon a time. They all had working class jobs. Football was like a side thing. And they were tough fucking blokes, and none of them would admit they were cold when it was winter. Whereas now they've all got fucking 3 pairs of gloves on. They want to wear long sleeve shirts, and they've got to go and get little heat pads. And I don't want to skin me knee. And they're all diving to be like, oh, he fouled me. I need a free kick. And it's fucking soft. And it's one of the reasons I stopped watching it. But it used to be a different game.
Yeah.
Played by different types of men.
All of our sports used to be too.
Yeah, exact same thing. Yeah. I think hockey might still have it.
Hockey is the only one, and you have to sit there and probably say, okay, because it's mostly Canadian. There's an influence in both. So yeah, they're the ones that have stayed out of this, really, to be honest.
But I mean, yeah, the pitch count in baseball. I mean, basketball, like I said before, way off the rails. They're like, it's pathetic, but. Like LeBron James is really ushered into this as like the head guy of the flopping. He's like the biggest guy in the court, and he's falling around and holding his head and rolling around the ground like a baby. It's like, this is crazy stuff.
Yeah, I saw it. Just side note on that jackass. I saw a video where they were like, what the fuck is he doing? He's totally bald, right? And he's sitting there and he's brushing his bald scalp.
He brushes it like so vigorously.
Yeah, like it's really like, oh my God, this cowlick. Like, what are you doing? You fucking.
It would be like me doing that after like a day or two of not shaving my head. I'm just sitting there scraping my skull. What an idiot!
I hate him so much.
Idiot. Oh, I can't stand LeBron James and just this whole. Not every single one of them. There are good ones in there, but generally speaking, the modern day athlete fucking stinks. What a bunch of bitches these guys are. Draymond Green, again, one of the most, I can't stand this guy, and a lot of other people agree with me. NBA player, would be a scrub on any the teams back in my day, bro. 80s, 90s, even early 2000s. You're just a scrub. You're a glorified scrub on a bunch of championship teams because you play with Steph Curry, who can shoot lights out. So he's out here going, oh, the ref put his hand in my face. He's racist. Everybody's racist. Race, racity, race. It's shut the fuck up. You're embarrassing everybody, and anybody that sticks up for him, you're embarrassing too. You think in a league where everybody's pretty much black that it's all race, and then when you see the picture of him holding the hand to his face, you might think he got pie face, like how they do in wrestling. No.
Yeah.
He was literally holding it up like this, near himself, low, like, give me a minute. I'm trying to officiate this game, like one of those type of things. So, Draymond, and this goes for like a lot. The coaches like Steve Kerr and Popovich, they may even be really good basketball coaches, right? Especially in Popovich's, case. But, my God, these guys, they start talking about politics and they sound like, a purple-haired problem glasses freak out here. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. So between the flopping and the traveling, literally they're not being rules anymore. So you can kind of like shuffle your feet and play around past the 3-point line and then just chuck threes all day because nobody takes it to the hole anymore. The game stinks. The people in it stink. I rest my case.
Yeah. I'll put money on the fact, because we all know that everything is rigged. The Patriots aren't winning tomorrow.
I think they are. I think that
you really think they are?
Oh yeah. They're the better team. Everybody think about it.
They are the better team, but it's rigged. Is what I'm saying.
Everybody will tell you that Seattle's the better team. The betting odds 70-30 Seattle right now. I just posted a picture of everybody on one of the shows. They all picked Seattle. Everybody's Seattle in the over. And that's what makes me think after this year, trying to place some little bets here and there. Holy shit, it's all underdogs this season. The Patriots are 9-0 in the road. They got a referee that favors them and actually goes against the favorites in most of his matchups. Everything's pointing Patriots right now in my world. Especially when you got all the analysts out here, all these stupid, blonde chicks in the national media that are forced out. They go, Seattle's going to win because that's what I heard. It's like, no, they're not. They're not. So you're gonna put your money on Sam Darnold? Are you fucking serious? Do you guys watch football? Oh, well, he had a good game last game. Yep, because that was last week. What is he going to do this week? Because the Patriots are pretty good on defense. So get ready for them to win. That's what you said, Sleeves, right? They're winning?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
So there you go.
No, I'm saying the game is rigged, and they've been up the Patriots' ass. So I think as a fuck you, they're going to fucking screw them. That's what I think.
Whether it's rigged
I want them
in
the real world. In the real world, yes, I want the Patriots to win. Okay? Because they've been doing great and they deserve it. They made a comeback. They get yada yada. But I think in the elite world that fixes the refs and all that other shit, I think they're gonna fucking squash them. We'll see.
Listen, Bob Kraft, he can make things happen, bro. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Wink, wink, everybody. You catch my drift?
Right.
He makes things. I mean, he can go get one of these sleeves, at one of our famous massage parlors around here, and nobody even talks about it. They have a roast. Nobody's allowed to mention it, right?
Well, recently, too, he pissed off Stefan Diggs there because he was dancing with Cardi B. Did you see that?
Oh, he pissed him off?
Oh, yeah, pissed him right off.
Wow. So, you lost? I didn't lose to Nick Foles. When they lose, it's their fault. When they win, it's us. Get it, Philly? Sports pride?
Yeah, get it.
And they shouldn't have lost to him. This pisses me off, too. More sports news, Danny. Just, stick along for the ride here.
Yeah.
But, fucking Malcolm Butler, our number one cornerback, which is very important in today's football. Your number one corner covers the number one receiver most of the time on the other team. That's why that's important. And receivers are paid $100 million in their contracts. That's how important they are. So, Bill Belichick, for whatever reason, sits Malcolm Butler literally while the national anthem is going on. Malcolm Butler is crying and being weird, and everybody's thinking, oh, wow, it's one of those things where he's crying during the national anthem before the Super Bowl, big game, blah, blah, blah. And no, it wasn't that. It was he was told, you're not playing today, buddy. You're getting a couple snaps here and there. Then there's been all these rumors. Did he slap Belichick's kid, who was like a coordinator or something at the time for the team? Was he like, Bill Belichick likes these young girls now, right? So was he like, was it a girl thing? Malcolm Butler is on Radio Row, which they have all week before every Super Bowl. So all the radio stations from all over the country go to this big festival, convention, basically. And so they have the old players walking around, Malcolm Butler being one of them, because he beat Seattle in that big play to win the whole game at the end, and they keep replaying that against the Seahawks 10 years ago. So he's there. They start asking him, why'd they sit you against the Eagles? Why did they, what was going on? And we got nothing. Why'd you even show up to Radio Row then, Malcolm Butler, so you can be like, yeah, I was the guy that caught the ball 10 years ago? Nobody wants to know about that. We want to know why New England lost a Super Bowl because you were sat on the bench. And I can say that very justifiably because Tom Brady threw 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and over 500 fucking yards and lost to a backup quarterback named Nick Foles. So that's that story, Danny. That is the most, if you're the greatest coach supposedly ever, you don't sit your number one corner in the Super Bowl, no matter what he did.
Not in the Super Bowl. Maybe the playoffs.
What a story. Shout out to Dirty Jersey Rat in the house. Go Seahawks.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to notice that.
You're getting blocked. So, yeah. But yeah, everything going into the shitter lately. Wrestling, the sports. Here's another thing that bothers me before we stop with the sports bit here and the Super Bowl business. Kay Adams, okay, I don't hate Kay Adams or anything. She started off in my area, local sports girl. She was the cutesy little girl they would have on the shows and be like, that's right, Tom E. Curran. You're analyst of what you're talking about with the football. And she moved up to the NFL Network as a host of a morning show called Good Morning Football. One of the fucking shittiest names ever. What an imaginative, creative name.
Morning Football.
Good Morning Football, because it's in the morning. Get it, Danny? So she hosted that. It was a hoot, and now she's got the Kay Adams show, which is Up and Adams. Get it? She has CM Punk, Seth Rollins, all your favorite wrestlers on, all the football guys. We'll have it's Pat McAfee times 1,000 as far as her push.
And they are pushed. They are fucking pushed. It's a coordinated effort. They know where they know where they want to get them, and they know a few little places they need to push them to get there. And it's all just at the expense of your football, your wrestling, your comics, your video games, whatever the fuck they're presenting, and just reading a cue card and pretending like they're into it. We just have to fucking sit and put up with it, and then they get bigger and bigger. And what was it? Up and Adams.
Up and Adams.
Oh, I almost threw my beer through the TV last night when I saw that.
I'm going to do a spin-off show. Rise and Shine with the Sleaze.
Yeah. Wow. Great name. Because it's on you'll be first thing in the morning, right?
Right.
Let's do Good Night Football. You have to turn your football on and go, actually, you know what? No, fuck this. Good Night Football. It's not worth it.
And when they first came out with that show years ago, there was we have a morning show on 98.5 around our area, Sleaze. I think Toucher and Rich, I think they're still there. But they were goofing on it so bad. They were just like, good morning football. Like there was a football, and they're talking to the football. It's ridiculous stuff. So, yeah, I mean, Pat McAfee gets the time. I even will let that slide a bit that he's talking to Bill Belichick and fucking Tom Brady. And that's like, oh, well, he was in the league, even though, albeit a punter, which nobody cares about punters. He was in the league, so okay. Kay Adams is just some chick, like some guy wrote the other day, who let the bottle service girl host the Super Bowl? But who's letting Bad Bunny be the hat? Well, we know that answer. It's Jay-Z, who is also in the Files. So
Yeah.
But hey, man, I get it. I'm not hating again. I get that you're making money, you're getting eyes, you're getting views because of like stuff like that. But you've stripped the soul out of everything that I like. So I'm left here with this husks that you just play 24 hours a day on my TV and everything. And even the things I can remotely try to pay attention to, like I said, wrestling or whatever. They were on Pat McAfee's show and they're in the Kay Adams, and fuck these people. They stink. They should be on this show, because then we would actually talk to them like humans and not kiss their ass every step of the way and not know what we're talking about.
Right.
Hello there, fellow wrestling fans. I just get that vibe from them all the time, and it's like, I don't really like this thing, but I want to be in front of a camera and reading. So here we go.
Yeah. Remember last year I brought Kay Adams up a little bit because she's during WrestleMania. She started writing on Twitter in the middle of WrestleMania. Sees the Undertaker come out and do his thing where he went in the crowd and told Stephanie something she's going to be in the Hall of Fame or whatever the fuck. And she goes, "Oh, who's this? What's this guy's story?" And I went, "What? You don't know who the Undertaker is?" And then she's just like tweeting about WrestleMania all day, swamping my feed, right? Completely swamping it. I know what I'm talking about. I know all this stuff. I even know some of these fucking wrestlers. And nope, she's going to have them all on her show. And she just showed up the other day. Got it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what was a good thing? Speaking of us knowing shit, I was watching Unreal, and they had Calhoun's on there.
Calhoun is world renowned.
Yeah,
that's the greatest Chinese food restaurant in the world, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. How's your Chinese over there, Danny? It must be terrible, right?
We have chains, but I don't fucking eat at chain restaurants. No,
but you got it on the street now, don't you? With the street cooks.
Yeah, they can fuck off as well. They can wash their hands, fuck off, wash their hands again, and still fuck off. No, local Chinese takeaways are fucking awesome for the most part.
Yeah,
just where it's just like the family just live there and they live above it, and you can see all the laundry.
We get that here too.
They're great. But yeah, we have a few chains but I don't go to Nando's, I don't eat fucking McDonald's, none of that shit.
So if you don't know, Kowloon, Saugus, Massachusetts, it's massive too. It's just a big place because they have a whole upstairs, and they have comedy shows. Jake the Snake does shows there. Mick Foley, the wrestlers. When you first walk into the place, there's so many 8x10s, and it's all wrestlers. It's just the owner of the place, huge Mark. That's where I've gone out to dinner with many of the old wrestlers as well, because that's everybody knows that. Apparently, every time they're in Boston, I wonder if they keep that tradition up. They probably don't anymore, but I don't know. I'd be surprised if they turn down some free Chinese at this place, because they got some bomb Chinese.
Well, it's everything about the place is great. The owners, the staff, everything is great. Anytime I've been there, maybe a handful of times, and every time has been great. It's a good time.
God, I want that now.
I want it
now. I'm thinking of Chinese curry sauce, salt and pepper shredded chicken.
I haven't had Chinese in like a year or two, and I've been craving it like crazy this year. Give me all the MSG. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dirty
the MSG now.
Yeah, loves Mick Foley. I met him at a question and answer at a free library in Philadelphia many years ago. I think it was 2003. Again, I'm not a very pushy person. Me and the Sleaze and Justin back in the day did a podcast at Phil Castinetti's Sports World, also in Saugus. Yep. And Mick Foley was signing that day. Could have got him on the show, but he really didn't want to stand up and sit down and all this. So I just was like, I don't even want to he's there to do a signing. He's getting paid for that. He's not getting paid to come on the podcast. And I wasn't going to pay him. So
No, fuck that.
I get free stuff. That's right.
Well, we were
To be
also
fair-
doing the
to be
show.
fair,
We
I
were
think
like,
you can pay Foley in Christmas decorations, I think. So.
nah.
Sorry, Slay's
Yeah.
gone.
No, we were like 10 feet away from him the whole time. It was pretty decent. You know,
Yeah.
did a whole show while he was doing his thing.
Yep.
Nice guy.
Nice enough. And yeah, he actually had a pretty good turnout. It was funny. The people that were coming in line, you know, he's doing the signing. We're doing our show off to the side. And a lot they were sticking around. We were starting to get a studio audience.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
So,
Gave out a lot of business cards that day.
we got to do that again because that's like the best way to do it. Trying to do this stuff through the internet, it's like unless you're like paying them a bunch or being like affiliated with some of these platforms, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
So
I can stand up and yell like Pat McAfee if you need me to out in public.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what we're going to be doing. Maybe
Take
we'll
my
go to a
shirt off.
con or something. I was told going to the con and doing a show is the shits, which of course everybody's going there for their own like little thing. But I think doing the single or multiple signings like that at certain stores like Phil's is just perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
we
it's a
gotta do
small
that.
enough venue. People are already, they're kind of shopping around, but they don't have to like, you know, it's not like this huge convention center. So
Well, we could go in person. We could have Danny via satellite. Jess,
right. Yep.
you know, be a good
Always
time.
be a satellite. I got to find that and stick it on there sometimes. All right. So, man, we covered a lot here. What time is it? What's going on?
Did you cover the men's rumble? Did you cover the men's rumble?
We
Did
didn't even. We barely got into the rumble. We can
Yeah.
go back to wrestling here for a bit.
Yeah, hearing that Liv Morgan won the women's, that was the first I'd heard of that. I've just not followed it whatsoever. I don't even know who won the men's. I've not looked at anything. And it's quite sad that, like you said, it's the first rumble in a long time that you've not watched. It's the first rumble in ever where I've not even like looked up who won out of curiosity. Because like during the Cena on top years, I missed it a few times, but I'd still go online and be like, oh, who won the rumble? Or I'd maybe just watch the rumble match. But this year, I didn't even care. I didn't even look who won it.
The women's was called. You know, you knew Liv Morgan was going to win. So it was just, you just watched the flipping and the fighting and you knew Liv Morgan was winning. I didn't see Roman Reigns winning. I didn't see that at all. So that was...
The one with Roman.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Your tribal chief.
I was actually good with. When it was done, I wasn't like, oh, fuck, that was easy or anything. I was like, okay, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. I thought it was going to be Braun Breaker. You know, I thought it would have been anybody but Roman. So I was actually pleasantly surprised.
When I saw clips of Roman in the Rumble while it was going on, I was like, oh. Yeah, I kind of figured like he would be. I mean, what do they got him in the main event, a Royal WrestleMania with 5 years in a row? This will be 6, I think.
He has the most main event appearances of all time now. So,
and honestly, he is without the tribal chief gimmick and storyline going on.
Yeah,
he's reverted right back to old Roman Reigns. To me, it's a big nothing burger.
I liked Monday when him and Punk went head to head. That was probably one of the better promos of the year. You know, so, but we have seen it before. You know,
WWE edited out one of the best parts of it, by the way, the Zebros. And
yeah,
some shit like that. They edited that out. So stupid. Netflix is dumb.
When he was with the
live,
Shield, when he was with the Shield, people were watching the whole Shield, and they were primarily looking at Ambrose because Ambrose wouldn't stop talking. But Roman was there, and he was just like absorbing like bits. With Heyman, same thing. People were watching Roman's interactions, but they were primarily there for Heyman, seeing what Heyman was doing. But then, like you just said, every time he's on his own, it doesn't stand out the same way. When he's on his fucking own, which doesn't make sense, it does revert back to suffering succotash and just like, oh god, is this guy Vince is pushing again? Fucking AstroTurf Reigns, Christ! How many WrestleManias now? How many belts? How many legends has he beat? And it's just. Yeah, it doesn't sort of like shine as well on his own, but in the Shield and with the Tribal Chief thing, I think that did work really well, but everything else just a bit mid.
Well, the disservice they're doing right now creatively is that they're still presenting him as the tribal chief. You know what I mean? You
Right.
don't have a tribe anymore. You're not the chief of anything. You know, he still comes out with the Ulafala and he does this and acknowledge me. What are we acknowledging? You're not. That's where it's confusing, where it's like he should be transitioning into another Roman Reigns character at this point. Just to have him come out and be a badass. That's it. I'm going to fuck everybody up. I've had the title. I've had this. They're still doing the tribal chief shit, the OTC, and
He's
what are we
OTC 1 now, Sleaze.
but he doesn't have a tribe. He doesn't. What? I don't know.
Well, he threw Jey Uso out this week at Rumble, and Jey Uso's like, man, he's yelling at the audience. He's sick of the hate. He's not taking it anymore. I don't have my eats today because I got this instead.
All right, see, I shouldn't even be loud right now.
That's what I got instead. So instead of eating, let's listen to Alex Jones say some things. Where are you, Alex?
I will eat your ass first.
Thank you.
He will.
Me first, and then who second?
And I'm
Me.
starting to think about having to eat my neighbors.
All right. Calm down, Alex. Don't
No.
eat your neighbors. We're live right now.
He fucking totally knows how he's preparing his neighbours, doesn't he? He's not going to ad-lib that. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's like, you're getting barbecue sauce. That's what you're having. I think you'd go well with that.
I'm gonna smoke that ass. That's what I'm gonna do.
Children aren't going hungry.
Oh boy.
He's bought some plates and cutlery just for the occasion as well. He's fucking prepared.
I'll do it.
Yeah, he'll do it. The tribal chief gimmick is overdone. I know what you mean. He needs to be a lone wolf gimmick.
Yep.
Like Aaron Corbin. Baron Corbin, how dare you mess their names up.
Or his brother Aaron Corbin.
I like Aaron Corbin better, actually. It was, except more bad news, ass or whatever. Yes.
He needs ass? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you write it again? I like the misspellings. That was better. Like that. Tribal chief gimmick is overdone. He needs to be a lone wolf. I like this one. I'm leaving this one up.
Yeah, the Aaron Corbin.
I like the tribal chief versus Aaron Corbin. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean,
If you guys have any travel needs, get in touch with Roman Reigns because
Stick
he
your
is the
finger in the
travel-
air. Stick your finger in the air, and Roman will appear and deal with your travel problems.
That's our new sponsor.
it used to be Trump Steaks. Remember that?
Yeah.
Trump Steaks love Dr. Huge Show. You've never heard that bit, Danny? I'll have to play it sometime.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll have to bring in all the old audio bits on the show one day, and I'll just start playing them all. Yeah,
I was thinking, I got so much shit that I got to send you from old shows and everything.
And you know what?
else.
Probably clipping old shows would be good. I used to do them old conspiracy shows with no name for like an hour or so, like every Saturday. And again, I'm right. I've been right, and I can prove it now. We can go back and watch the tape even, and watch everybody come into my chat even and be like, you're an idiot, you're stupid. Like all this stuff. And I'll be like, okay, well, we'll see. We'll wait and see. And we waited and we've seen now. Thank you very much.
Just to let you guys know, heavy is the crown. You know what I mean? Of being right constantly. It's actually a burden sometimes of just being right.
To get into that little bit conspiracy stuff again. Your boy that used to come on. I used to downplay. The one conspiracy I would downplay for a while was the Mandela effect because I've debunked so many of them.
Yeah.
But there is a little something to it. There's a little something to that whole Hadron Collider and then this conspiracy coming out around the same time. And then how Donald Trump, like recently, was talking about how they can like warp time and space and stuff. Like he just kind of mentioned it while talking to the media one day and everybody just glossed over it. There could be something to it is all I'm saying. I'm not going to give you some big lecture or anything, but he that kid that used to come on our show, drunk Kenny Rogers, would always say, talk about the Mandela effect, and he'd be like, dude, no, I think it's real. And
we gotta find Drew Kayfabe. Gotta find
that's
him.
right, Drew Kayfabe, that was his name.
I'll go searching in Warwick, Rhode Island, in the dumpsters, and see if I can find him.
Dirty. If I'm ever on your show again, I'd like to talk about the time I covered Chuck Norris's kickboxing league in Atlantic City. Absolutely.
What the hell is that about?
You'll be coming back again. Did you stroke his chest hairs?
Here's to hoping.
Yep. Of course, Chuck Norris, Danny, right?
Yeah. I was going to say you need a wire brush for his chest hair, I think. I don't think your hand could manage it.
Right.
Yep. I used to have Chuck Norris action. I still do somewhere. There's a Chuck Norris action figure around here somewhere.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's the best. Got any Chuck Norris jokes for us, Sleaze? I'm trying to conjure up one right now in my stupid old ball.
No, but I can look them up real quick.
At night, Chuck Norris, or at night, the boogeyman looks in his closet and under his bed for Chuck Norris.
These stuck around for years. This was like a real sweet spot of like the internet still, because like all your little jokes and memes didn't just go and just disappear after like 5 seconds. The Chuck Norris fucking jokes just went on for ages.
Here's what I haven't heard. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked nothing and told it to get a job.
Oh, there's too many good ones. There's so many. Honestly, that's the only one I can remember. I think that's my favorite one. The boogeyman, before he goes to bed, checks under his bed.
There was another good one too, where Chuck Norris once pissed inside of a semi truck and it turned into Optimus Prime. What the fuck?
Well, here's some big news. In the wrestling world, at least, fucking AJ Styles retired, or is he?
No, I think he did. He did.
He did the whole, I'm going to put my gloves down. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. And then he eventually left the gloves on the mat. But he went outside to the trailer, IRL, and started crying. And Xavier Woods came out and hugged him, and, other people.
Oh.
What?
There was stuff on title belts. It was weird.
Yeah, you just ruined a whole very nice moment between AJ Styles. Sex with him.
Now, rumor is that he's retired. Probably going to take a long, extended time to go back home, and then eventually he's going to work backstage. So.
Yep. That's what I heard as well. And then no TNA, huh?
No, and everybody's online's like, oh, it's because he's going to fit. No, he's not going to finish in TNA. Come on.
No. And definitely not AEW, right?
No, because Ricochet, said he was too old and too afraid.
Wow.
That fucking idiot has been spouting off at the mouth all week.
Tell us about some Ricochet. I've heard some news as well, but what have you heard?
It's the same Ricochet shit where he was saying that he hated, even though he kept renewing his contract in WWE, he hated going to work every day. And as soon as he got up to the main roster, he was, shut down. And it's a lot of just bullshit. Again, if you work for a company that had an actual boss and shit, this stuff would be stifled. Because if I was Tony Khan, I'd be like, you guys need to shut the fuck up. Like you're just saying nonsense. So.
And in my perspective, I mean, from what I saw, Ricochet was basically Cesaro. Like Cesaro and Ricochet, great athletes, can put on a good show, but the actual wrestler part, the working part, they don't have that working part. Sure, yeah, I mean, Ricochet went the way of like being, I'll be a full-blown troll now. Yeah. And that can work these days because some of these, a lot of these people are just so silly and stupid that, even if you just start I bet you everything he's saying he believes, but now he's just turned it up. And now everyone's, it's like you're fighting with a fucking wrestler, dude, that's doing a gimmick. And
Yeah.
you know, you can't get too mad at it. But in Cesaro's case, like he's still Cesaro to me. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, but the difference is Cesaro's not coming out and saying, "Oh my God, when I was in WWE," and
that's why we don't talk about Cesaro ever.
Right.
You know,
And that's the only thing that's keeping Ricochet relevant. It's not his wrestling, it's not his promos or his stupid scissors and all that shit. It's the crap he's saying on friggin' Twitter.
Mm.
He is bitter. He's fucking ridiculous.
In my opinion, Cesaro has a legitimate gripe with WWE. He could have done a bit more with him, but because of his accent and he doesn't have the charisma that they wanted, and the presentation was a little off. So I can totally see why Cesaro would be like, nah, I should have maybe had a belt or two more. I did some good stuff. Ricochet was just fucking grateful, man. They were lining him up to be like, I saw him like almost like the new Rey Mysterio, the way they were presenting him to the kids and that lot. And it's like, hey kids, look at this exciting new high flyer. And if he'd have just stuck around, he'd be making so much. He'd be so much more famous. Now he's got like 300,000 fucking people watching him, unless you count the people on Twitter that just watch him talk shit.
Or the people on Max, because that's like 500,000.
Good decision there. And I'm not saying WWE is better because more people watch, because that's not always the case. But with wrestling, I don't think Ricochet sort of like bloomed into anything better. In fact, I think he's just like dropped trow and shot on the floor, really, because he's just embarrassing himself. It's just what's the face's fella. That's what he is now. Most people just remember his misses more than him since leaving WWE.
And you can
I
tell,
can't remember a name. I've forgotten a name. Sorry.
Towards the end of his last run with WWE, they gave him a big push. Like he started winning like 2-3 matches in a row. I think he had maybe even had a title at a time, like a mid-card title. But yeah, and then I remember I could feel the push happening because he was winning like every week. And then he lost a match, and everybody's like, wait, but he just started like winning, and now he's losing again. And then he mentioned it online. I think that's where they were testing out, like, we're gonna give him one last shot. Like, can we get Ricochet over to be like a big deal? And there was just nothing there. There was no yeet. There was no, some guys, Jey Uso would be nowhere without the yeet. Let's be completely honest about it. And I think that's why Jey Uso's been getting so much hate lately, is because they put him in the position because of the yeeting and all this. But it's like, bro, is Jey Uso a better in-ring wrestler than Ricochet? Absolutely not.
No, not even close.
But he had the yeet, and that's the part of wrestling which is working, which is like when that story with The Undertaker came out and said, Jey Uso's like, yeah, I went through 6 yeeting sprees in a row, and The Undertaker's like, now you're working, kid, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying The Undertaker isn't right. 100% right. And Jey Uso too, like, yeah, he's working the crowd. He's getting over, and he's doing his thing with the audience. But Ricochet didn't have none of that. And that's the thing. That's when the wheels should be starting to turn for you. What can I do? And maybe he was pitching things and it was getting shot down. But if that's not the case, and you weren't pitching like constantly and trying to take control of your gimmick and your character and whoever you were going to be on TV, which I guess WWE doesn't even fucking deal with anymore because they're doing Unreals and telling everybody it's fake anyway. And all these wrestlers are using their real name online. Ricochet could be something, but he's just, maybe he wasn't like Stone Cold, right? Stone Cold's like, $6 million man. I remember that. And this and that. And he manufactured this whole image in his head so that he could get over. Ricochet, I think, was just going out there thinking the flips were going to put him over.
The difference is, and this is where it frustrates me to no end, and it has for decades now, is Ricochet is a prime example of somebody that just does not get the business. When Undertaker made that comment about Jey, is because he knows the business. You know what I mean? Val Venus, what is he known for? Is he known for like a 5-star match? No, he's known for coming out in a towel. Okay? And that was big at the time. And there's been plenty of that. This is entertainment. And people are still thinking that it's like a fucking Olympic sport, professional wrestling, and it's not. And people like Ricochet think, oh, because I could do, 2 flips and land on somebody correctly, that he should be over like Dominic Mysterio. You know what I mean? Like, this is what makes him dumb. So he makes a comment online as he's going on this rant the other day, and he brings up 2 people. It was more people, but these 2 people stuck out. Is Finn Balor and Sami Zayn, right? He's like, oh yeah, basically like people that weren't given a chance and are suppressed, and he brought up these 2. Sami Zayn comes out, right, and has this video of Mike Tyson back in the day, where somebody asked him, something about legacy, and he's like, I don't give a fuck about legacy. You know what I mean? Like, and he goes on this big thing that made absolutely 100% sense, where it's like, I don't give a fuck about legacy. And that's what Sami Zayn was saying, because fucking Ricochet is like, well, they're tainting Sami Zayn and Finn Balor's legacy because they're holding him down. Finn Balor was a world champion. Sami Zayn gets booked in all the top shit. What are you even talking about? Like, he's nuts.
Sami Zayn has been overpushed big fucking time, and
right.
Yeah, Finn Balor's got so much money he can buy all the Lego he could ever possibly want, and he would just be happy in his little Lego land.
But over the years, yes, they've had lulls where they're, especially like Finn Balor, where it's like, I consider him a top guy. I think he has everything that it takes to be a top guy. But yeah, there's been years that he wasn't doing it. They're starting to push him again. But how can you sit there and say that they're holding Finn fucking Balor down? When they gave him everything in NXT, and they gave him the first fucking Universal title. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Doesn't mean I like WWE anymore right now. I mean,
no.
I'll give you this. I even watching the highlights and stuff through the week, I'm like, the matches are actually pretty good. Yeah. But that's not, I need to be hooked. I need to be hooked with the characters. I need to be hooked with the storylines for me to care about the matches. I'm not just watching wrestling matches like some stinky nerd. Like that's what a lot of these, these not even New Japan, the weird, they're generally fat, let's face it, big fat guys
indie
that are watching the indie Japanese shit going, this is the best. And maybe it is. Maybe it is the best in-ring wrestling. What's going on? I don't speak Japanese. You know what I mean? I'm not watching. They're like, what are you talking about? So
it's not all about the matches. Like, get over it. It's not just about the fucking matches.
Mm-hmm. So they gotta just WWE. Maybe it's me partly, but this stuff has been stale all 2025 in this first month of the year with this Rumble and everything else. Very, very not exciting. I mean, Chris Jericho would have jazzed this thing up. Anything would have jazzed it up. We got what? Brie Bella came back. And a bunch of call-ups, which to us, people that already watch wrestling, it's like, oh, Obafemi's here. Only seen him for 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be the Rumble was like cool surprises. Like every year Hacksaw Jim Duggan came out. That was a pop. It was fun. Or like you'd see somebody you haven't seen in fucking years like show up, like, holy shit. Like the big thing this year is, oh, Jericho's going to be number 30. I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not, because they don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm. And Mac Diesel says, I said this very thing last night. No build to any matches. Punk versus Roman. I hate you. Why? Well, it's because of the stupid stuff that Roman Reigns was saying on his friend's podcast. And you remember the whole thing where it's like, we got to keep Roman looking strong? That's where it came from. Came from CM Punk going on there and mentioning a story how P. Hayes kept coming up to him and all these backstage people kept coming. You remember to keep him strong. No, you're going over. You're going to beat 3 guys, but you got to keep Roman strong. Keep him looking strong over and over and over again. And that's what they're going with. But I'm in the same boat with you, Mac Diesel. When I first saw that was like the big part of this past Monday Night Raw, and this is the plan for WrestleMania. I thought it was the complete shits.
Well, there was no seeding to it. You know what I mean? There was no. They went from being like Zebros to like I hate you and I've always hated you. Where was the switch? It was like John Cena's, babyface turn, where it was like, what? Where the fuck did this come from? There was nothing leading up to it. You can't tell me that you haven't had months and months to build up a Roman Reigns animosity towards CM Punk. Like this overnight shit.
Well, if he won the Rumble, then I guess they're just going to do it that way, and it's like, we don't need to come up with like a storyline reason why they've got a beef. It's just business. I won the Rumble. You've got the belt. That's that.
Yeah, but they pulled in like all of a sudden Roman hates him.
Oh, right.
Where it's like, what the? They should have kept it like you just said, where it's like, yeah, I won, so now I'm going to take your title. That's it. They didn't have to add all this fucking. This is where the goddamn writers and shit. It's like, that one of those assholes came up with this idea and they're like, yeah, it's just, it's going to be good storytelling. What? No, just one guy wants to beat up the other for the title. Why can't we just keep it like that?
I say just let Jey Uso go out there and eat for an hour and a half, at least.
Right.
G.
Come on, Danny, get ready. Back up.
G.
I can just hear that J. It's just a J. I'm not mad at all. It's amusing. It sounds like it's saying.
Oh, let me get in my.
It sounds like it's saying G.
Day one ish.
G.
The Undertaker said this is working, guys.
But no one cares about what he said. What did Michelle McCool creep from behind his shoulder, and what did she contribute to it? That's the important question. What did she say on the matter?
She said, you're gonna yeet or you're gonna
rest in peace.
Just anybody that hasn't caught the Undertaker podcast, just know, okay, ahead of time, that is not his show. It's Michelle McCool's show.
I'm surprised
like
he isn't in it yet.
Yeah. It should be 6 Feet Under with Michelle McCool. Like he barely comes in with anything, where it's just like
Michelle and Mark.
Yeah, Michelle and Mark.
If Undertaker should just start doing this right in the while she's like, bang, 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 he's just,
G.
That will stop.
It's working.
Yeah,
grab her for that choke slam that used to catch people off guard.
Yeah. My 8-year-old was excited to see Roman, but said, "Why are they fighting?"
Yeah, right. An 8-year-old knows this.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
That great Triple H, Road Dogg, Michael P. Hayes, Bruce Bitchard writing, right?
Wow.
G.
That's 3 now. Oh, you want? Let's get 4 in.
Run it back.
G.
Get liking and subscribing. Oh, it's not over yet. We got 3 more sets to do, I think, and then we'll beat Jey Uso's record of running it back. Let's get that one more in there.
G.
Come on, help me, guys.
I'm gonna tear my rotary cuff.
All right.
You know, my favorite part of the Rumble is that Roman was telling Jey to run it back, and he was about to, and then Roman knocked him right in the face. Just ended that shit.
Mid yeet as well.
Don't make me like Roman Reigns. Fuck no.
So it was the best part of the Rumble.
Man.
But that's what you do, isn't it? If someone's going to get too distracted whilst in a Royal Rumble, they're going to get so distracted, they're going to do all that crowd work. And just chuck them out.
Yeah.
What was the crowd like at the Rumble? Because it was Saudi again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was weird because it was an open stadium. And whenever they have an open stadium, they could be cheering all they want. You barely hear it. Like you could see them. They were very animated and all that, but it was not that loud.
It looked empty too.
Yeah, that's a whole thing going on right now because they had lights on the back of the seat and sometimes it looked empty. And then there's reports they had problems with fucking water, I guess. Like nobody could get water. And there were lines. Yeah, it was crazy. Supposedly it was 25,000 people there. And sometimes it looked like it, and then sometimes it looked fucking empty. It was weird.
Oh, well, they're not
What did
going
Paladin
back, they
say?
said.
What's Paladin saying right now in the chat?
Saying something. Oh, you want number 6 in?
Yeet! 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 Yeet!
We're losing viewers, Sleaze.
Yeet! 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 Yeet!
Get fucking liking and subscribing the show. You fickle fucks out there. I am so sick of the audience not liking all these people that watch the show. You like it. You share it and tell people that this show exists. There's so many shit, fucking terrible, fucking hack, fuckity fuck shows out here. Yeah. And I've had it up to here. Again, 360 something subscribers.
Suck it,
dick.
Yep. Mac Diesel says empty because they don't allow broads there.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Oh, shit.
You keep them hidden. Brie Bella looked ridiculous. You looked ridiculous in your pajamas at Saudi Arabia, sweet baby. You're my favorite Bella too, but I don't know. Lately, that Nikki Bella still looking pretty good. It's kind of crazy. She kind of looks better to me now than she did 10 years ago. Yeah. So, her and Trish
you just got older and your standards have got lower. That's all it is.
Maybe
Slim pickings at this age.
Yeah.
I'll let her beat me up. Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah.
So,
she's dating a 20-year-old football player.
Yep. They love that you hate the no yeeting.
Yeah.
No yeet.
No yeet.
No yeet.
See? That's why you should like Roman too, because he's no yeet.
You like Joe Hendry though, right?
Yeah, you see, I'm gonna. It's all right for a few minutes, but it gets pretty old pretty quickly. I'm sorry, but it gets pretty old pretty quick.
Would
He's
you take
in the ring and everything? But yeah,
walk with Elias over Joe Hendry?
I think I might do actually.
Ooh.
I can't remember the second run with Elias and his brother
Elijah. I think he called him
Elijah.
But yeah, that first sort of like stint with Elias, where he had the fucking entire crowd just like booing the shit out of him, so he couldn't move on any further. Was just that was entertaining.
I loved him.
Why they didn't just go back to that is beyond me.
God knows.
But that was the Vince era where he came up with the whole twin gimmick and everything. It was just very weird. That was fucking weird when you think about that. Like, why would you turn a character that was over? Like, could have been he would have worked in like the 90s too. He would have worked in any era of wrestling. And they said, no, now you're Elijah and you're gonna shave and be completely different.
If Vince used to like doing that back in the day, he would see something that was working and be like, nah, I'm going to change it. Like for no reason, Baron Corbin,
He's technically still around. I think he's in TNA now.
He was on an AEW dark match a while back.
Ooh. Corbin.
Yeah.
Oh, Corbin. Yeah, I'm talking Elias still. When
TNA. Oh, yeah, he's in TNA.
Corbin's in AEW now. Yep. I saw him in Yeah. You know what? Good for him, though. I think he's another guy I think WWE could use. They just don't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
And, this ain't the Ricochet problem. He's got all the charisma and all the... He's had like several characters there, and like more than half of them worked.
I'm so glad that you said that about Ricochet, because Ricochet puts him into a category like a Baron Corbin. You know what I mean? Where he's like, well, they just didn't have anything for me. No, you're just not that talented. You don't get it. You don't get the whole thing. Baron Corbin's talented as shit.
And he's got a natural fighting instinct. Right. That's one of the things I liked about Corbin, because he boxed. Was he Golden Gloves?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm sure he won Golden Gloves, yeah. But because he boxed, he understood why you wouldn't just go up to someone and just have your hands at the side, and he'd keep hands here. Whereas this is the thing, it's not just the lasses, but primarily the lasses, they don't have like a decent sort of like fighting resting sort of stance. Like the neutral sort of like default stance is just like my arms are here. Or I'm going to throw a punch from here, and it's like just go and do some kickboxing or something, and just get smacked in the face a few times. In a boxing ring. Because then you'll remember, you'll keep your hands up, and when you go to like lock up and things, it just looks so unnatural. But Corbin, because he was a boxer, he had that, and I always liked that about him. And I did think there was more to him than they let on. His little, what was it? Why did he lose all his money? I can't remember why he lost his money. Did he gamble it away or something?
I think he gambled.
He gambled it away, and then he was just and you're just a bum. And that was just like really surprising how he like turned it around. I'm like, oh, you've got a couple of extra sort of like dimensions here. But yeah, I always saw him as Cartman, but in wrestling. It just come down and like, screw you guys, I don't like this. And his attitude was just Cartman's, but in WWE.
And he would do anything Vince said. Remember the night he was like pouring dog food all over Roman Reigns, and then he had it all poured all over him, and that whole thing. Like,
I love that shit.
It's terrible. Remember the doggy poop bags and all that. That's how he was like going at Roman. The big dog, and then he would have the little dog come on and go, ruff, 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 holy shit, this is terrible.
I forget. I was listening to a podcast. I don't know whose it was, but they brought up a really good point. So back in the day, there was such a difference, obviously, in the in-ring work. And like a big thing that you would hear from a lot of guys is like, they would make you hit the ropes. You know what I mean? Like hit them hard. They were always like, hit the ropes hard, hit the mat hard, like all that stuff. If you look at people like Randy Orton, like Cena, all those people from, I believe, the last generation of like really good wrestlers, they hit those ropes like it's fucking nobody's business. If somebody punches them, they go to the mat, they hit the mat hard. You don't see these young kids doing that. Like it's a homework experiment for everybody. Watch Raw and see how like Io Sky hits the ropes. Io Sky hits the mat. There's no like oomph in it. So it doesn't make you believe that somebody is getting hurt and somebody's in a fight. You know what I mean? You could do all the flips you want and all this stuff, but you got to make everything look believable. And that's the problem nowadays with this product is it all looks fake and choreographed. And they're not doing the things that make it look like it's a real fight.
Especially the women. I mean, they really went overboard with it. The men just physically, they can kind of just their muscle memory and stuff are like, they're more secure with what they can do. It does not look like any of the women are very secure with what they're doing. No. And for example, like during the Royal Rumble, this is in the highlights and it looks fucking ridiculous. Tiffany Stratton comes out, right? She comes down the ramp, gets in the ring, she gets into her hot spots or whatever, but she starts off by doing her jump onto 8 different women. They're literally grabbing each other. Yeah. Come on, it's time to do the spot. They might as well be screaming it. Come on, let's go. It's time to get jumped on by Tiffany when she gets in the ring. She does it. She hits like 1 or 2 people. Everybody falls down. And I'm just like, you want me to pay $30 for this? Are you kidding?
Right. It's just like a setup for a top rope thing in the ring, right? So somebody's on the ground and they're not in their right place. They literally scoot themselves into the right place. Not like making it like, oh my God, I'm rolling over and I just so happen to get into that spot. They're blatantly moving where it's like, holy shit, this is fake.
Yeah.
They need to do a better job with all that shit.
Yep.
It's not just like one promotion either. A lot of them do that now. The amount of times I see clips online and it's like, oh, look at this guy jumping off a steel cage onto 10 blokes that stood at the floor. And it's like, yeah, but they're all just stood there. Was it Jim Ross that was like, they're all gathered like quail or something like that a few years ago?
Yeah. They're hitting spots. Marks. They're hitting marks. It's like if you're in a play or a movie. You know what I mean? You have to be at a certain spot at a certain time. But it's always been like that. If you look at the old footage of shit, in the 90s and 80s and stuff, they would make it seem like it was natural. They're not making it seem like it's natural now.
Even promo-wise, I'm watching the Jade, Jordan Grace talking to Liv Morgan and Big Mommy Cool, as they call her now. And when Jordan Grace comes in, there's levels to it, I guess. But when they're feeding these people lines, you can tell she's going in there and she's just reciting lines.
Yeah.
And this isn't a knock against Jordan Grace. I'm sure it's insanely hard to do what the WWE wants as far as like act live on the spot, in front of the cameras. And they're like, nope, but you got to hit this, say it like this, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, just go back to the old days where they got a gist of what they want to do, and then they just go and do it.
Right.
It's so much better.
Yeah. Rely on on the talent that you pay millions of dollars to do their art. You know what I mean? It's not, okay, you can get any schlub off the street to do a flip if everybody's in the right spot, and then we're going to feed you this, and you got to say it, word for word. It's famous, especially for like, The Rock was famous for this, Stone Cold was. They would get a script and they'd go, okay, I got it, crumple it up, throw it out. They'd go out, have the idea of what Vince wanted them to say, but they would add their own shit to it. It was an art form. It's not an art form anymore.
Because if you're Stone Cold, right? How are you going to tell Stone Cold what to say when you're fucking Stone Cold?
Right.
What?
Right.
No, I know the character. Trust me, I am the character. Okay, so why are you telling me what to say?
Yeah.
Like, if you want me to hit certain marks or even sell certain things for you or whatever, even product wise, all right, I can do that, but just don't tell me, be like boop a boop a boop a doop boop a doop a scoop. It's like when Jordan Grace is doing it last night. If go back and watch even that little clip where they're getting into it, it's so unnatural.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't watch this.
And that's the sort of situation that's going to lead her into just following Ricochet. She'll go to, she'll get laid off eventually. She'll go to another promotion and be like, oh, I just had to say all these things. And it's like, if you'd have looked at their notes and seen that as like standard English and then translated it into your gimmick, your character, your persona, that's probably what some of the writers or people backstage want you to do, to be honest. They don't want you to change it drastically, but if you just put your little sort of like flair on it, woo, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, isn't it? So you get your notes and you see your bullet point. Well, they don't give you bullet points, but you can make the gist of what they give you, and then you just translate that, like I say, from standard English into your character, and that's essentially what Rock and Austin and such were doing, but with bullet points. The writers might get upset because you didn't like read every single line of their terrible fucking script, but the product will look better when you seem more natural and you get over more because people are like, hey, this person connected with me. They're not just reading a fucking script that 20 people put together.
And I know a lot of people don't like the Unreal and stuff, but because we have the show and I'm a fan of wrestling, I have been watching it. And what I picked up from this is it's not even so much the writers that are making this a bad thing. This generation of talent, like I'll point out Rhea Ripley. She started having a fucking anxiety attack on the show before a match, right? So you watch a lot of these other people and they're so concerned with not doing good and fucking up and all that stuff that they don't have anything in them to say, like, this is what I need to do. I need to take this script and I need to make it my own. They take it and go, I need to read this exactly because I'm so paranoid to fuck up. Where it's like you had a Stone Cold, you had a Hogan, you had all these people in the past that were given stuff like, okay, this is what we're planning. This is the storyline. You should say all this. And they go, okay, but they're the ones that made it. It's like these talents nowadays want Triple H to make them a star. And that's not the case in this business. You make yourself a star. That's why Ricochet's an asshole. You know what I mean? Because he thought that everything should have been planned out for him, because he's Ricochet. And it shouldn't have been his own talents.
Ricochet, if you want to come on and debate this, maybe you did come up with all kinds of cool ideas and they shot them all down or whatever. Maybe if that's the case, prove us wrong. But it feels like that what the sleaze is saying, it was the case. It's, you're just coasting and going, well, all I need to be is more exposed. No, everybody knew who you were. Yeah. Everybody got it. We all
Sam Irving's husband. That's who you are. Sam Irvine's husband.
Well,
That's even in WWE towards the end, that's what he was known for.
well,
He
she
wasn't known for him.
going into AEW soon. So do you
thank
think
God.
that could happen again, or I bet you it's going to help him out this time? I think in a lot of ways, I don't think he's 100% wrong in what he's thinking and saying, because I bet you it is working out better for him over there. That's his style of wrestling, and not having that, organic charisma, as I'll call it. That will still work at AEW, because they're more about the in-ring flipping stuff. They don't really care if you're like, come off as being a real person. They're busy with invisible grenades and shit like that. Like, that's how I still see him from that indie crowd of like PWG and Joey Ryan and crotch flips and things.
Yeah.
So.
And the only person that can pull a promo in that company is MJF. You know what I mean? And God, I wish he would just get the fuck out of there. Like, he's got so much fucking talent, and
you saw him with Rollins recently, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they were at a Super Bowl deal or whatever, of course, and probably Radio Row, and they had a picture together, and
but he's one of the only people in that company that gets it,
Yeah.
So.
Yep, he seems to actually get it, and he doesn't work like a fool either. He's not going to break his neck anytime soon.
Right.
And yep. So get well, MJF. Right. What we say.
Right.
And what else we got here? We got some other things. We already spoke about that. My God, we spoke about a lot of stuff. Oh, one of Andrade's IG hoes that he had on. Apparently, he's got this Godfather type gimmick where he's got girls with him at these shows now. AEW. There was a whole crew of them, and this one influencer, I guess we'll call it.
Oh God.
She wrote, "This shit is so fake." Took a picture of what was going on in the ring and posted it to her social media. These hoes are like, are you guys retarded? You guys are fucking stupid. You really think you're smart by going, this is so fake. Oh my God, this shit right here. You don't know that we.
How many filters and how much makeup was she wearing on the picture when calling it fakes? I bet there was a filter on it.
Right.
She'll see a follower count as like real people. Yeah, they're fucking nuts. It's just.
I mean, everybody is
I
caught
sussed it out. Aren't I smart?
Yeah. I love people that still come out and say it's fake. It's like, wow, that was outed about fucking 30 years ago, buddy.
You're invited to an event, front row. You're involved in the fucking gimmick that's happening, and you're still gonna go, nope, gonna shit on this. You couldn't even play along, and you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like we're invited to the Super Bowl, and we're like, God, the Super Bowl sucks. NFL sucks.
Yeah, this is stupid. Rigged. And you stand up and you just go, this whole thing's rigged, as my favorite team is winning it.
Yeah, stupid helmets.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Go back to getting money for your tits and ass.
And that's
Go back to get to the back of the fucking hoe train and shut your mouth, right?
Right.
And not the first time this has happened to AEW. I had a story last year I just remembered where there was some chick they hired to show up to the show. I think she was an actress or something for some show she was promoting on there, and she's like, this is fake. What, you were going to show up and you thought there was going to be teeth and blood flying all over the place? Oh, my God.
Go back to the hole that you live in.
Mm-hmm. It's always a good idea to take money from a certain genre of entertainment when you're in the business and then shit on all their fans and the product itself. Great idea.
Yeah. What you should
They'll
do,
definitely call you back. They'll definitely ask you to come back and give you some more money.
Yeah. I always love a chance to shit on Tony Khan too, because if you want to compete with the WWE, your idea is to bring OnlyFans girls, Okay.
Yep. That's what I want to do. I've been asking some OnlyFans girls an Instagram. They don't even answer me back. They think I'm probably just some creep simp out here. I'm not. I don't give a fuck about you.
They definitely want to get paid. So
well, yeah, I think that's what it is. They notice like, oh, this guy's not going to pay me. No, I'm not. For what? Showing yourself on camera and selling your stuff. I'm sure some people would probably at least look into it, but no, that's beneath you, right? Go show your asshole somewhere else, then. You stupid idiot.
Go sit on a bedpost.
Yeah, that's my face when I read the no replies after like 3 weeks. That's my face. Like, what are you doing? Didn't you see?
It split up your logo to say Dr. Ho.
Yeah, nice. Dr. Ho. Dr. HUGENSTEIN.
Hohenstein.
Yep, can't believe these people. Skankel, you're on notice. I asked you to come on now. If you don't come on, you big time small creators, right? That have been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
So hurry up and get on here. I asked you to come on. Now you have to come on. Or else you're racist.
Against me.
Mm-hmm. Racist and probably gonna wear dresses at the Super Bowl like this guy. Mm-hmm. Possibly happen. All right, I got some other stories here. A few more. We're not done yet. We got Ava Leaves, the WWE, The Rock's daughter, who was the commissioner of NXT. And apparently the rumors are that she could just go work for one of her father's studios. She could, she just didn't want to be in this anymore. And then as soon as she leaves WWE, she goes out there and she looks like she's a Brody King fan or something. She's just like, fuck, in general, Trump and ICE and things. So
she is a super Nepo baby, because it also came out that they presented her with a contract. And don't quote me on any of this. I don't know all the huge details, but basically it was about the same contract she had. And she thinks her work was worth more money.
I heard she was offered more too after the fact.
Yeah, a little bit more. And she said, no, not enough. My daddy can give me more. Fuck ICE.
Any deal they offered her was fucking too good for her. She's fucking
way
talentless.
more.
I'm sorry. She's fucking talentless. What a waste of fucking time. I'm really surprised she left, but because they look like they had something for her, because obviously it's The Rock's daughter, and you'd think she'd be like, I'm going to get like special or sort of special treatment here, but obviously she wasn't getting pushed up that ladder quick enough, whereas she goes and works for daddy, and daddy can just, whoop, there you go, here's 2 babies, eat them, here's some ketchup, and then come back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. They wouldn't allow babies backstage. So she's like, no.
Is there nobody fucking pure in this goddamn fucking world?
Nope.
No. I thought about boobies earlier. Sorry, Alex. So, yeah.
So, yeah, between that, the ICE chants, and then Ashley Massaro's name popping up, I guess, in the files.
Yeah.
And it's just all this stuff is actually related. Like everything really is connected in the world in a way. And
like the last 20 years worth of fucking everything.
Did you see Diddy had a response to all the Epstein stuff?
No.
Where he basically said, he's like, look, I wasn't a part of it. So then 50 Cent trolled him, of course, and said, yeah, you had your own shit going on, buddy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Again, like Tim Donaghy in the NBA, like Jeffrey Epstein, he was the only one doing this stuff, right? Sure.
Yeah.
Creepy, though, how they can literally just like create a character out of nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like as if he's some math genius and blah, blah, blah. And he was none of that. He's literally just like chosen by a bunch of rich guys to be like the conduit to the creep stuff and the blackmails and all the rest.
It's gross. The whole thing's gross.
Unbelievable stuff. I mean, we could continue to talk about wrestling. There's really not anything that exciting going on. We got Hulk Hogan's son there, Nick Hogan, has been seen at the Performance Center again. So it might be a real thing, brother.
It's like 45 years old, but
And anything you guys want to point out in the past week or so that
How is Raw now that they're apparently going to work on the flow of it and not like stop it with adverts all the time? That's the one question I had.
it has been better. It has been better where it seems like they're hitting cues on it. That makes sense. Like back in the day when you were watching, a sitcom, it would fade out to black, commercial, come back. Like it has gotten better.
But it's still 3 hours long, and it's still full of fucking adverts.
Well, it varies. It's because they'll go from a commercial. They'll go from a commercial to Michael Cole starting to hawk stuff, and it's like Jesus Christ, we just had 3 minutes of fucking commercials. Why are you saying shit about Slim Jim now? So, but it has gotten better. I agree. Well,
how about the masked man shit? Again, that's going on. So Braun Breaker was attacked at number 2 in the Royal Rumble by a masked man. I think people have figured out that it is Grayson Waller. They thought it could be Jake Paul, but Jake Paul's probably still in the hospital from his last fight. And
they thought it was Logan Paul, and then they thought maybe it was Jericho, because now everything is Jericho.
It's just, I don't know. This is the writing I'm talking about. Like, how am I supposed to get pumped for anything Braun Breaker or Seth Rollins? Or it'll probably end up, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's Seth Rollins, right? And then we already know. So who cares?
Well, I'm saying it's Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins came out and said somebody had asked him about his shoulder and if he was ready to come back, and he said absolutely not. He said, but I don't need my shoulder to do my finishing move, which was done by the guy with the black hooded sweatshirt. So then you're like, well, maybe. But I'm so sick of these hooded people.
Just lazy
really
writing.
Yeah.
Super lazy. But that's all I got for you folks. I mean, we did it. We said it all. With this, we're kind of like this close to really breaking open the dam of understanding that criminals run the world and the worst kinds. So I would say if you don't know anything about any of that stuff and you think you don't care, you probably should start to care and look into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And especially those of you that can actually do something about it. So we're watching you guys specifically, right? Thank you.
It's a good movie going on right now. I'm just watching all this stuff. I want to see the end.
Yeah. The end will be what? The end, like the movie All Sum of Fears or whatever. The Sum of All Fears.
Sum of All
Probably how it will end.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Try to suck us into another big war or something. I expect, again, it will be another table flipping of a board game if they actually get taken to task for this stuff. So that's like the point where it's like, do we really want this out? But it should be,
Yeah.
Maybe it's good enough that everybody just knows now, and it's not just like you're a conspiracy theorist.
I think a lot of the people that are going to get like targets on them, like Bill Gates, for example, a lot of people have got like little hideaways where they can just fuck off and not have to deal with any of us. And they were like, some of them were apparently preparing for an event, which was never sort of like specified. I don't actually think it was one specific sort of like event. I just thought it was.
They might still be waiting for it.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought they'll know when it happens. If something happens and they're like, shit, we need to get a bit of the heat off us now. We'll just go and hide in our island underground or whatever, and then they can just call the event whatever event is enough for them to want to just go into hiding. But I'm surprised, Bill Gates, for fuck's sake. I know what we said earlier with a lot of people. It's like, nah, did he do it? Didn't he do it? But there's so much stuff against Bill Gates. I'm surprised he's not had like pitchfork and torches from the villagers round at his house yet. Just yeah.
Oh, like the population control stuff. I remember I had wrestlers goofing on me during the whole, we'll say, 2020 event, right? And I'm like, maybe you guys should not be taking something that a guy like Bill Gates is promoting and putting it into your body, since he's for depopulation. And I had actual wrestlers that were in WWE and stuff like goofing on me, going, "Oh, what are they going to put Microsoft in me?" And I'm like, I didn't even fight back, because then all the fans started coming at me like that. You know how they do, right? And I'm like, but I'm right. And then like the whole time I've been right, and nobody. Where's my gift package in the mail of and everything? I haven't gotten.
Did you see Bill Gates' response to this? Where he was like, basically he said that Jeffrey Epstein sent himself his own emails, that it wasn't him, that it wasn't Bill Gates that said he had an STD, and that he was just sending himself, like he was talking to himself through emails. Way to go.
My favorite ex-missus was very alarmed at his behavior, wasn't she? Bill Gates' ex-missus.
Yeah.
That was part of the reason she left, for relationships he had with Epstein and other people.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I like Elon for taking over Twitter. That Twitter nuked my account, basically, and I couldn't get anything going after I was killing it on there. But Elon took it over. I got a little bit of a boost that first couple of months, and then it went right back to normal. I don't trust billionaires. How about that? Never mind close to trillionaire. How do you trust that? You can't trust that. And then he's literally wearing Baphomet outfits. He's the Baphomet soldier or whatever the fuck. And they made that his logo for like on his Twitter profile for like a year or whatever. I don't trust him. Okay, that's like very easy not to trust him. The Baphomet warrior, got it. I know too much about this stuff. These people love playing games with the occult and stuff in front of everybody and going like, they don't get it. I get it. Danny doesn't get it. You'll get it.
I do. No. I do. He does. But the thing with Musk is, and I'm not as big a fan of him as you say it is, it's just like the last one of the last billionaires I'd like chuck out of the fucking helicopter in an emergency. But he's so spurgy and just awkward. How I've perceived some of what he said is like, it's just, hello there, fellow child botherers sort of thing. And it's like, who else would be interested in talking to me? I'm not wired. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. He seems to sort of I'd like think he's Batman and Iron Man and go all vigilante and be like, yes, I'm really interested in this. Why don't you tell me more? And then like holds his microphone out. So do you know what I mean? And he's just not cool and smooth with it. He's just really socially awkward.
Yeah.
It could be he could be a massive problem, but he's just so awkward. So fucking awkward.
Michael Jackson's not awkward.
But not anymore. He doesn't need to go to an island. He's got his own theme park in his garden, in his yard at the back. He had a kids' theme park.
He was saving the kids, Danny.
Yeah.
You just said before Diddy was doing his own thing, so he didn't need to go there. And Michael Jackson was doing his own thing. He had a theme park. He had a playground and fucking ice cream and candy and stuff for all the neighborhood kids. I wouldn't let mine go around there. I'd be like, you don't go to that fucking weirdo's house. I'm sorry.
And you have to ask yourself, like the Aaron Carter story, why are there parents that are going, go over with Michael Jackson? Because a lot of them want his money and want to be attached to him. Oh, yeah. And I think Michael Jackson, honestly, I think he's just was a big ass kid that was tortured by his father and made to be an adult at the age of 6, because he's like, I'm not. It's even in the new trailer they're trying to push through Hollywood. The father's like sitting at the table with him, and I'm sure there's some truth to this where he's like, listen, I work at this fucking factory every day. You want to work at a factory? We're all got to get to work right now. You know what I mean? And I think the youngest in the group, which was Michael's, like, oh shit. And they're going to hide this.
Well, all the kids complained about the father. You know what I mean? It's just Michael got the worst because he had the most talent. And that was the cash cow. So yeah, he was abused the most.
So I could totally see him becoming an adult, or even just staying childlike, because it's just psychology stuff, Right. Doesn't mean you have.
But then when somebody stays childlike, then atrocities they commit aren't really crimes in their own headcanon because they're still a child, and it's like, well, I'm a child and they're a child,
Sure.
so no harm, no foul, and they'll fucking slippery bastards will just argue this stuff, and it's just like, I'm sorry.
I would just
What
think
you
there
said,
would be more
what you said
smoke.
then could still be true. Both of the things can be true. He could have been abused as a kid, and he could have had an awful upbringing, but then he could also have just carried that on, and the cycle continues. They're not mutually exclusive ideas. It could both be true, but and I've said before, I don't think everybody that made a claim was legitimate, and there will be opportunists like Cart's parents or whoever else's parents who would have sent their kids round being like, he might get diddled, but we might get $10 million for it. So,
Oh God.
Like that, I still find Michael Jackson way more than R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, all the rest. Like,
Well,
I think there's something fishy with that, but Michael Jackson one, that just, and I even was I was with everybody at certain points where I'm like, yeah, I mean, come on, right? But then the more I learned about it, and the more accusations that just kept getting debunked over and over, like the latest Netflix documentary and all that stuff, I'm like, they're just trying to fucking get this guy,
Yeah, the difference is that with R. Kelly, with P. Diddy, with fucking all these other people, there is proof. There's no proof of Michael. There's accusations. You know what I mean? There's stuff like that, but there was no proof out of any of it.
Acquitted twice. And when people just go, well, he paid him off. Oh, well, but he was forced to pay.
Yeah, and that happens way more than you think.
He didn't want to, believe it or not. I bet he because if you're actually innocent, which he acted like he was, even when Oprah was trying to get him. Remember, Oprah had a whole fucking special about him, and we can't trust Oprah. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't trust Oprah. I trust Michael Jackson a hell of a lot more than I do Oprah.
But and Oprah went on her private. Oprah went on her private jet to Epstein Island 11 times so far.
That's all. You know what I mean? Come on. I don't know.
Yeah, that's in the files.
I do like that you push back on it, though, Danny. Otherwise, we wouldn't have much of a show,
Right. Yeah, like I say, both things can be true. And yeah, with the whole Oprah thing, it's snakes versus snakes. In my opinion, we're just watching snakes outsnake each other. And it's just, which one do you like the most or dislike the least? Nobody wins, but...
Yeah, that's right, Coach. It's like, let's eat to that.
No beats. Yee, no beats. Yee, no beats.
I'm going to start my own game like red light, green light, like Squid Game. And I'll just go, yeet or no yeet, and everybody will start running through the
yee, no beats.
Just kill everybody on the screen, right?
Right.
Great story. All right. Well, I mean, I do have more. I don't know how long you guys have. There are clips we can watch. I don't even know if the people want to watch anymore. These other people, they're doing 5, 6, 10-hour shows out here. I feel like I should be doing more. I'm already going right now.
It's quality, not quantity. All right, kids?
That's true.
Plus, I got to get out and do some snow blowing because New England
go
sucks.
blow some snow. And Danny, go blow whatever you're blowing over there.
Nothing exciting.
We're done. I'll be back with Arc Raiders later. How about that?
Nice.
Follow me on Kick and Twitch and all the places. You can follow me everywhere. Right here, the link tree. Yeah. All the channels. I put up a new music video this morning. I got shorts. I got a new promo edit I put out last night. So I haven't been stopping. Sure, I didn't do a show for a week or so, but we've been killing it otherwise. That's right. 10-hour show. Imagine watching a 10-hour show about fucking Steel Toe morning show.
Ugh.
Horrendous. But they do it. Some of these people do it. Oh,
well, I got a life. So I mean,
yeah. You missed Mersh. We covered Mersh a few times while you were gone.
Did you?
In his dabbing, when he took the dab and he almost had a stroke on the live.
Yeah, he goes hard with some stuff like that.
So I don't know. I think I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break myself, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to do some dabbling just to get these watch hours up, get these people liking and subscribing and shit. But this show where we talking about wrestling and all this stuff, it's over. It's finished right now. Till next time. But thank you, Sleaze, for coming on with your expertise, and of course, Danny with your analysis. Guys are the goats. But you can stay as well if you need to leave. That's fine as well. I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. I'll see you guys and everybody here. 5 minutes. Make sure you're on here watching, everybody. Even you and Sleaze, Danny.
I'll be back. I'll need to go for a piss. I'll come back.
All right. I'm going
to go snow blow, but I'll be listening.
He's going to go blow snow.
I'm going to blow some snow. just like Tony Khan.
See everybody in 5 minutes. GG's, everybody.
So go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Seriously.
Oh, jeez, she's gone.
Literally go fuck.
Yes. Back again. Oh my goodness. Where's my screen? There I am. We're ready to dabble. Where's Alex Jones? Let's get Alex Jones going.
Donald Trump shit his fucking pants at the fucking moment of truth and shit all over everybody.
What? I don't even remember these samples I put in. These bumpers, these drops. They got all kinds of names in the business. I know them all too. That's right. Professional analyst, paladin. Don't forget. Watch the show. Like the button. Hit the share button. Let everybody else know. All over the social medias. You got social medias? Dr. Huge Show, bro. Come hit me up over here. I got a link tree. If you don't know what that is, that's where all the links are in one place. So you can go and follow all my 3 of my IG channels, my 3 YouTubes, my 1 X account, my 1 TikTok, which I might be getting rid of. Everybody's getting rid of theirs for some reason. And I think I know why. More on that later. But go all over the place. Follow me if you're on any of that stuff. Please and thank you. Also, follow Danny Damage. He does things.
Hello, not so much in the last little bit, but yeah, damage.co.uk, at Blunt Damage on Twitter. I've got loads of videos on my YouTube channel as well if you want to watch loads of old wrestling videos. When I used to do it for, I used to cover, well, they used to do Raw Weekly for Botchamania. So a lot of them's got the Botchamania logos and stuff on there, but it's me just doing my avatar and comic book style slideshow presentation. But there's just me ripping the fuck out of old wrestling.
It was way more fun doing this like 10 years ago, wasn't it? It's not just us.
And it was painful doing it then, because it took fucking ages to make videos. It took ages to watch Raw for 3 hours whilst making notes and pausing it while you kept your notes up, and then it's like, I'm not enjoying this anymore. But it was still better to do it then than it is now.
And that's the point, right? Everything's so easy and so accessible to the public to be able to do whatever, that there's just a lot of noise and it's a lot of garbage. I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of buddy with some people that do like reactions and things. The reaction on like a Monday morning for me, driving during work and going into the city or whatever, and you got Stern on and you get to hear about the weekend and the things that had happened, like that type of reaction is I don't know, it's like talking about tapes and CDs and DVDs to people that have everything at their fingertips. It's just better that way. I don't know how else to put it. It seems like it wouldn't be, but for people in particular, human beings, that style of a format of doing things, that's why comic books are still as bad as they can be, and they are in a lot of cases. It's still in my hands. You know, they got digital comics and stuff too, but if we're just talking about, it's just the world's just different, you know?
I've noticed one thing with the kids. They've started to get back into the comic sort of collecting thing because they like the different covers, because NFTs were a bit lackluster for them. They sort of got into that and then they're like, but I've got nothing in my hands. Whereas I know a lot of people that don't actually read comics, but they like to buy them for all the different covers. So it's like they're still collecting something. So although I'm a bit like, meh, you maybe shouldn't be supporting these companies to bring out 5 fucking variant covers for modern artists, when on the inside it's actually old comics that they've just literally put a new face on. I still appreciate the fact that younger people are getting into actually having physical copies of things and not just everything digital on the phone. If they've got a collection of something, it's like, man, you've got an interest and you've got a physical collection of it. That's a lot more admirable than, look at all these weird NFTs I've just paid for that I'm going to forget about and leave on my phone and then get a new phone.
Ooh, man, the NFT, good things I did. I had some digital wallets and things. I still do, I mean, but I wasn't really like super active with them. Thank God I wasn't. I was looking into it and stuff, and I'm just like, I smelled the scam right away. I'm like, this is, so you want me to pay, say for, because I was doing a lot of research on it and was on there, and I came across Atari pictures. So I could own the image of one of these old ass Atari games, right? And it'd be like $50, but you get a percentage of it, right? And I'm like thinking to myself, like, well, because I have this wallet, I'm like, I want to use it for something, use the other one for whatever. But I'm like, wait a second. So it's going to cost me $50 to own something that I'm just looking at right now, and that everybody is doing the same thing right now, right? And it's just common sense, But there were all these promises that would come with a lot of them, and it's just, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, And it clearly the market feels the same way. I guess they're just like, no, we're not doing that picture thing anymore.
I grumble about paying for music I don't actually get a physical copy of. No offense.
How dare you? I'm off there now, by the way. Listen, I tried to. So I got a ton of music. Again, I dropped another song, but sorry to cut you off. But I'll let you get to your rant in a second. But I dropped that song today, and I'm thinking to myself, what, are 5 people going to see this? And probably will. And it does, but it almost doesn't matter to me. It's kind of like a challenge now, where it's like, let's see if I can have 200 songs and music videos and have nobody even know it, right? And then what happens? I mean, it's out there. Maybe the right person sees it one day. I don't know. Maybe not. But I think the goof of it will almost be, there's somebody out here with full songs. Now, there are others that have done this, like Viper. Have you ever heard of him online? He's a gangster rapper. I bet you don't even smoke crack or something was like one of his hit songs. On the internet, like he's like a meme almost. But what he did is he just made like 700 garbage songs, and just by doing that, a few of them stuck, and they just. And that becomes the thing. So, hey, maybe they are terrible. I like them, but maybe that music sucks so bad that nobody's seeing it. And, I'm going to go with that. Let's see how this operates then.
But, I mean, you've said your piece, you've put your thing on the internet, and there you go. It's there now. So it might not blow up overnight, but it might be a year, it might be 10.
I'm not thinking like,
it might be when we
I'm not even thinking like, I'm just 500 views too much to ask for? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me that like there's that little of a reach on the biggest platforms in the world.
Well, the potential's there, but like we've said before, it's just there's a lot of noise, and a lot of other people are doing it now. And now with AI, there's even more people doing it now.
Oh, that just disgusts me.
Yeah.
Oh, they get so many views too, the AI channels, and there was one that just got kicked off of either Instagram or YouTube, but they had something like 70 million views, and it was just like absurd amount. There was a guy that got arrested in Europe somewhere. He pumped out AI music, and then he had bots to go watch and listen to it, and he was making millions. So
Great.
Crazy time we're living in. That's why I like watching the Dabbleverse. Let's get some Dabbleverse ready. We're gonna check out some videos and things. Stuttering John being one. One moment. Let's get this scene up.
I've not kept up with any of this in the last 5 or 6 weeks. I've just had my head in my ass, to be honest.
I love this Dabbleverse stuff. Because there's all this like baby eating and things going on out here. And this is very lighthearted. College humor, as Red Bar would say. Okay, let's hit it from the top. Kiki will be with us. I know you know Kiki. I know you know Dirty Jersey. He was just in the chat. I did my last show with him. We were dabbling. And we got his take on all this. He's one of the top clippers in the game. All right. Let's see the great Stuttering John here do his thing.
you know. Oh, fuck. I'm going to go down a little bit. I'm going to do this for 2 hours. Tried to blur the background so these idiots can't tell what room I'm in. Because you never know. They always seem to find that anyway, but I'm checked in on the name like Fred Flintstone. You can try all you want, like you ain't going to find my name. So, but the blurring feature doesn't really work that well. Because I just hope you can't tell by the picture. Skull! Swear to Christ, man. Fucking hell. Look at these babies. These babies
He's flexing
are
right
fucking...
now. So he takes a good scolin, and then he starts flexing for everybody. Danny, are you impressed by this? He's 60.
No, not at all. He still hasn't figured out to press the record button when he's actually got something to fucking say. He presses the record button way too early.
What do you think about his background here? You like the hotel he's staying in?
Looks nice.
Mm-hmm. Could it be real?
No.
Oh, no, that's not real. That's no yeet, right?
No yeets.
He's probably in a shit house.
So I actually think that he thought he was going to fool people with this. It fooled nobody in the chat, like, because the whole gimmick right now, we got Hackamania, I think, coming up in Vegas or Atlantic City, one of these Dabbleverse meet and greet type events, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm there. We're doing it. I'm already here." And no, you're not. We all know you need to get paid to do anything. So I just love that he at least tried. You know what? He's trying to be creative. Brennan, I mean, it's true. John was saying it the other night. You kind of go live, you don't say a word, and you instantly are just sitting there in silence looking for clips like this. And that's it for like the first 5 minutes until a clip pops up, and then the clip plays, and then you might say something, and by that time it's like 8-10 minutes in, like I'm watching Raw, and I'm not watching Raw for that very same reason. Like, this show doesn't start until somebody's on the microphone and starts like, "Hey, the show is beginning." So when you go 8 minutes, 10 minutes in WWE, and you're doing a Kevin Brennan on us, yeah, we've seen all that stuff before that you showed. We know the songs. We know the entrance. Like, let's get to it. Maybe was that a factor, you think, back in the day? I know The Undertaker had a long theme song, but generally it was like Stone Cold, boom, and then he was in the ring. It's like, let's get to the fuck to it, everybody.
Yeah, even those that had like something to do during their entrance, like The Godfather, for example, showing off his hoe train, he didn't dilly-dally. He still fucking got down there pretty sharp, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It
seems like everybody has an Undertaker entrance these days. It takes forever.
Everyone's the main character. There's no back seats. Everyone's the star.
Only Undy. It's the only star. All right, Stutter. Let's let you keep going here. I'm sure you got more to say.
Amazing. I don't know what these ladies, crazy.
I love the lips.
Crazy. I can't imagine a lady now turning down this. I mean, this is unbelievable. So apparently, I'm getting a lot of heat, if you will, because people are upset that I fucking, God forbid, I goofed on Jackie. Now, come on.
I know I've asked you this before, but you know of Howard Stern, right?
Yeah.
And Jackie was one of the old writers and people on like the show, basically. And he would always have that goofy laugh. I didn't really care for that era, or those eras really, because that spanned like almost 20 years or something, or over that. But It's neither here nor there. Jackie was on the show. That's who he's talking about. He talks about him being a schnurrer all the time, which is a mooch, somebody that is trying to get free stuff all the time, whatever. Which I bet he was, because there were stories about that all the time that were pretty funny. But John is like the ultimate schnurrer, if there is one. Like, he's always looking for free stuff and getting all kinds. Yeah. So that's why this is ridiculous. Jackie's like 1 trillion years old right now. He was actually in the files too. That's how ridiculous this files thing is. It's like everything that I like. It's like everybody from WWE or like with Masaru or Jackie Martling or this or that. Like, all these guys are kind of like spoken about because there's like millions. Think about 3 million files, and that's only half of it. Wow. Anyway, let's school again, Coach.
Come on, man. Seriously. Why the fuck are we caring? Like, I don't understand it. You know, I don't get the whole... I mean, shit, it's Jackie, for Christ's sake. I love Jackie. But still, you know... Fuck.
And I always say this, beware the people that are like, I love you, right? And it's like not your family and your kids and your wife and things, and they're like, I love you. They don't, right? It's not how it works. They may really like you, but these comics do it all the time. Well, I love you, man. Oh, no, I love that guy. No. Stop with that California shit, whatever that is. Do you have any of that in the UK, Danny? Like, people that are just like, very over the top phony.
Oh yeah. Some of it's imported from America, from California, and that, like you say. But it's just, people just butter you up, and I'm always real cautious when people are just too friendly. It's like, your tongue's in my ass. Why? What do you want? But I didn't ask for this.
Yep. So John loves him now. He was goofing on him. He did tell break HIPAA laws, I think, in my personal opinion, as John always says, my professional opinion. But yeah. But now people are coming at John, talking about Jackie again and goofing on him when, he's going to defend himself because he's always right. Always.
Sorry, I just had to hydrate, man. All this working out is going to kill you, I'll tell you right now. It's a lot of work. All this working out,
Is he working out, you think?
A lot of work that goes in.
You think he's lifting every day?
No. He's doing something, but yeah.
I saw a picture of him carrying arcade equipment, like the old school cabinets and things in and out of places. I don't know if he's doing that for work or whatever, but that would build your arms up, right? You're always showing off.
I mean, yeah, you can build your arms up pretty easily in comparison to to getting rid of all them tits and gut. But yeah, I'm not that I'm like Mr. fucking abs or anything, but yeah, I don't look like a potato in a t-shirt.
Just the way he's always showing off the guns. And then he said, I'm at the gym like 5 or 10 times right there. So it's very hard to believe. But I guess that's the comedy of it, right, folks? Get liking and subscribing. Here we go.
To this. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. But anyway, so I'm getting a lot of heat because this Jackie thing. Now, look, first of all, I love Jackie. We all know I love Jackie. All right? I'm not here to even, like... It's very simple. We all goofed on Jackie for being a schnurrer. I did, Howard did, Robin did, Fred did, Gary did, Scott did, Ronnie did. We all did. And all you fucking losers are somehow mad at me for goofing on a joke, man. Now, if we were on the Stern Show and these emails came out of Jackie asking Jeffrey Epstein to invest in his joke box and to invest in his Las Vegas comedy club, we would have made 2 days out of that. 2 days.
So that's what this is about. That's how he was in there. Wow. Yep. I guess Jackie, I heard him on another podcast say, yeah, I heard, there was this rich guy around, and, the comics were kind of like talking amongst themselves, because all these comics, most of them, they're living day to day here, trying to get gigs and whatnot and trying to get money for specials or whatever. And so, yep, he was trying to pitch his stuff to the Steenster. Wow. Jackie the Joke, man. Yeah, he was all over. Got New England, New York. Like, in these emails, he was all over the place.
Isolated, that could still be pretty innocent, because he might not know of all the other extracurricular stuff.
Oh, no, I don't think anybody's thinking Jackie is anything. It's just like, he's like, I guess, involved as somebody like that had met with him or tried to, in business things probably, or something within the emails of him trying to get money,
Yeah. It's another example of how people's names are in these files now that haven't done that, that are just innocent in a way, because they are just, oh, it's a guy with money and I need money, I'm going to give him my pitch. And they don't know the rest of it. They just know that he's an angel and he likes to invest in people's businesses. So, yeah.
Very weird. It's just the spread of it is like, wow, it's really all over the place.
2 days. Easy. 2 days. Especially if you played the Jackie interview with Opie, where Jackie's like, the pedophilia, that's bad, but, put your wife on speakerphone, while you have the husband, that's a new level of creepiness. Now, come on.
He's no Fred.
That's a new level of creepiness. Can you imagine if that were fucking, if that happened when we were still on a show? Can you imagine it? Most attractive and charming women in the Delverse. Keanu, how are you?
I'm well, John. How are you?
Good. I hope you weren't getting on tour with me. I was just kidding when I said.
I know you're teasing. I know it's. Gino, whenever I think he's gonna have a short show, but then he did 4 hours, which is why I'm late. I'm not making excuses. It's a debilitating thing to be such a late person. But
what happened? So he just goes on and on and on.
He does a stream on Fridays, like a political stream ish, with his brother, and it starts at 3:30. And I was like, they got to be ending soon. But
that just can't be good. Gino, right, Danny? Or know of him? You want to listen to a political show with Gino? We all know where his loyalties
lie. 10 minutes. Not even for 10 minutes. Let alone 4 fucking hours. Christ.
He just goes and goes, and there's no breath. It's really just like boom, 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 boom. And after a while, you don't even know what he's talking about. After like a few sentences, you're just like, huh? Because it's just bah, 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 bah. That's her husband there. Just what a wild couple, right? Like he's like 60 or something. Like he's pretty up there, and she's in her mid-30s, I think, and they're both stand-up comedians. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Gino's biggest, like his catchphrase is the N-word. Like that's really what he goes to, which I get. It pops people, but that think about how fucking hack you have to be to like that's like your gimmick.
Yeah.
Like
if you know how to use it to sort of like get a reaction from a room full of people or something, that's one thing. But if it's just
that's what he uses it for, but he does that all the time, and then he does it on his show. He does it on other people, just because it's just like an easy pop. It's a cheap pop. But yep. All right, more from them.
We're having so much fun, I couldn't stop them. So
they just go on for like 5 hours?
It was like, yeah. I mean, it was 4 and some change. Yeah.
Jesus. Like I hate going beyond 2.
I know. I mean, I try and like, and I've been known to do some long streams, but like, 3 is the sweet spot, or 2.5.
Yeah.
But they were on a roll, so that's why. But
so do you know this Matt Mead guy?
yes. He's been a friend of Gino's good buddy for years, and mine as well. I met him through Gino.
Another stand up.
I guess we met he was a fan of Kevin's at Compound, I guess. And I mean, it's so long ago, but yeah, he's been a good buddy of ours for years.
Like I have no idea who he is. I never had a beef with him, but somebody just said that he was trashing me with Pinky, and I'm like,
the
what have I ever done to this guy? I don't even know the guy.
Is he on MLC? I can't imagine, even if he were, that he would say anything about you. I don't know.
Yeah, but I just don't like. It's like, who is this Tom Myers? You know him?
Tom Myers too. Do you know Tom Myers?
No.
All right, Tom Myers. Do you know Cumtown?
Oh yeah.
They goofed on Tom Myers, apparently, like that was their Stuttering John for a while.
Okay.
Like to the point where it made Tom Myers famous because of, and I guess it's because my guess is, no offense, Tom, and I'd love to talk to you as well, no money. That's my no Diddy, no money. And, but he's supposedly a very lame comedian. So he comes out there and just like, slings dad jokes all night or something, and they're just like, he's the shits. He really thinks he's like one of the greatest comedians and this and that. He goes on Brennan's show sometimes. Brennan seems to like to uplift comedians if they're white, apparently, right, Brennan? Hold on. I was going somewhere with that, but I don't know. I got lost in my thoughts and what they were about to say. So, Kevin Brennan, have me on your show. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of your chat. I'm not afraid of anybody.
I've never met Tom Myers, but he's always been, I guess he streams and I guess he does comedy. Is that what, but he's always been really nice to me and funny, ish, from what I know of him. But yeah, was he trashing you too?
Yeah, like him and Pinky watching the Duke of the Future.
Oh my God! Forget about it.
Of course, Pinky.
You got to watch the Duke of the Future. You didn't even see that, did you?
No.
My goodness.
Dare I ask?
Hold on. No. This is going to be so much more entertaining than this clip.
No need to ask. I'm going to get shown.
This is going to be a great clip. The Duke of the Future. Here we go. Stalin 19, another friend of mine in the Clipperverse here. Hold on, let me get this going. Get through the ads here. Because I'm not paying for YouTube, Danny. I don't care. They think they're going to wear me down and add ads to me. No, I'll just keep clicking through it. One more ad. See, they're doing it. All right, the Duke is here. Here we go. Here's his new bit.
For the Duke of the Future. The Duke of the Future will change as he looks through the globe of the future. The globe can change the colors as the globe goes. But now it's the Duke of the future.
The Duke of the future.
The Duke is here. Skull! My crystal ball tells me different things for the Duke of the future. Depends upon what aura we are dealing with.
Do you guys have Spencer's over there?
Yeah, it's like a gadget shop. We have a gadget shop chain called the Gadget Shop, and that was like all across the country in like the 90s and the noughties. But near where I live, we did get one Spencer's in a shopping centre, and none of us realised that it was like part of a chain because it wasn't like a common thing. We always just had the Gadget Shop everywhere else. But yeah, Spencer's Gifts popped up, and it pretty much stocked the same stuff, but then like a few like adult sort of things as well.
Yep, he is all Spencer Gift out right here. The Duke of the Future is killing it right now. He needs to bring this back. It's so bad, it's good. Right? He's doing the so bad, so good gimmick. And I'm good with that. Just to change it up. He's going to talk shit about certain people every single day. So you might as well like mix it up and like turn it into, bits.
And decorate it somehow.
Right. And I'm sure he's got his nephew. It's like, whatever. Somebody that makes all the AI art and sends it to him and goes, just put this up behind you. You're all set. Whatever, Amazing stuff. And this is like, what, $20 at Spencer's he spent on the rest of this. All right, keep going, John. I love this bit.
For the Duke of the future. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay. Anyway, so the Duke of the future
Stop drinking.
wants to figure out about a certain lawyer, a certain drunk lawyer named Vincent and Bessie. If it turns red, it means they're bad person. Bad person. Bad person. When it turns red, bad person. So the Duke of the future is now going to ask, can you show me Vincent and Bessie now? Oh!
Vincent and
Oh! Whoa! Oh my Lord! Oh! Whoa! Holy shit! That's a fucking ugly mother. Okay, now.
I thought it was the big brother from Everybody
Yes.
Loves Raymond then.
Oh, yeah. You know what? He kind of does look like him, huh? Brad Garrett. Right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That one, yeah.
Wow. Kind of reminds me like Clay Dabbler said one time. Famous dabbler that used to go on Stuttering John's show every Friday from the UK. Always wore a mask and everything. But he said VTO looked like, remember Mad Max, the Thunderdome? Did you ever see that one? Remember Master Blaster?
Yeah.
That's what he said he looked like. Not me, Vince. Don't sue me. I don't like to be sued. I don't go to court. They'll summon me and I'll just be like, I'm not going. Come and get me. That's what I say.
According to my sources, Mr. and Bessie will enjoy. Apparently, Mr. and Bessie finally realized that he may be gay. So he dumped his wife and found happiness with Casey Armstrong as they hang out on the beach,
Armstrong,
holding hands and watching men nakedly.
Have you seen anything like this hack since maybe the Hugies?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, pretty
This is
hack,
just-
right?
Yeah. It is sort of like funny because it's so bad, but it's also quite embarrassing because this guy was like famous sort of at one point, and yeah, he just keeps outing himself as just not being as creative or funny as other people told him that he was.
It blows my mind. Imagine those two opportunities. You're on the biggest radio show possibly ever, which is crazy to think about. But then also, you have another career on one of the biggest brand names in American TV history, The Tonight Show. And you were like a focal point of that for years, but then steadily got pushed back and back, like literally pushed back in some cases because he was the announcer. The announcer always sat in the front row, and then slowly but surely he ended up in like the third, fourth row by the time he was and then moved into the writer room, right? Because he was a great writer. It's just like, no, whoa, like how do you botch that? You should accidentally at least be in every B movie, be at that level of celebrity. But and this ain't me shitting on you, John. It's just like you clearly weren't trying hard enough. That's all I know.
Grapple. Thank you, Duke of the Future. You are now watching the Duke of the Future. Now, we get to our next person. Vince.
I forgot. This is going so slow. I think we're going to wrap this up. I don't think I can watch any more of the Duke of the Future. We'll come back to it, but like one person he shits on at a time with this bit, I think is enough. It starts to get old awfully quick,
Yeah.
but I think it's initially pretty damn funny. Thank you, John. Thank you, Danny, for coming on, dabbling even. Holy crap.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I must attend to snow again.
Hmm.
Get ready for my Patriots to win another Super Bowl. That would make 7. Most ever in the universe of the NFL, and will make everybody so angry. Thank you. Good night. Where can we find you first, Danny?
DannyDamage.co.uk or on Twitter at BluntDamage. I plugged on the other shit earlier. I've not done much recently. I'm very fucking busy, as you know. But I do intend to be a bit more active this year. Try and get my thumb out and crack on with writing some more stuff and maybe making some videos of articles that I've previously written. Just because they're sat there on my website in text format, and I've got a YouTube channel. I know how to make videos, and it's just finding the time to just sit down and just waffle and talk and just read them all, really.
There you go. Check them out, everybody. And of course, you know where to find me, Dr. Huge Show, all over the place. Here's a link tree one more time. Take a picture of that. Replay it, all that stuff. Been putting up the audio podcasts everywhere and all the rest. Again, thank you, Danny. Thank you, the Sleaze. We'll be talking to Jess probably later this week, and we'll talk to you guys later. I'll check you on Arc Raiders, Kick, and all Twitch and all over the place. See you there later tonight. Bye, everybody. See ya. Bye. See ya.
Bye-bye.